Have you got a mother or sister?
Yeah, I have a mom.
Okay. So would you be okay with your father just in the middle of the night going to beat your mother and then going to beat his children, so his
No.
daughters, for no reason at all?
Mm, no.
Okay. So this is a reason why you should more than likely leave Islam. Just because of the fact how it should be treated of women. So I'll screen share for you, and I'll again you can bring up your own hadiths, but it's just a Google document I prepared with many an argument. So again, this is just Aisha's age and what I brought up initially. So slave trading. Do you believe in slave trading at all?
Wait. Repeat that, my phone.
Do you believe in slave trading at all?
Depends how the slavery is done, I guess.
Okay, so you like slave trading. That's fine. So let's go with beating women. Yeah. So, Sahih al-Bukhari 5825. Rifas divorced his wife, whereupon Abdul Asib married her. Aisha said that lady wearing a green veil and complained to her Aisha as her husband and showed her a green spot on her skin caused by a beating. It was the habit of ladies to support each other, so when Allah's messenger came, Aisha said, I have not seen any women suffering as much as a believing woman, so no woman suffers more than a Muslim woman. Look, her skin is greener than her clothes. When Abdul Rahman heard that his wife had gone to the Prophet, he came with his two sons from another wife. She said, by Allah, I have not done no wrong to him, but he is impotent, so he's unable to get it up, unable to have an erection, unable to ejaculate, unable to produce children, and is useless to me as holding and showing the fringe of her garment. Abdul Rahman said, by Allah, O Allah's messenger, she had told a lie. I am very strong and can satisfy her, but she is disobedient and wants to go back to Rifa. Allah's messenger said to her, if that is your intention, then know that it is unlawful for you to remarry Rifa unless Abdul Rahman has had sexual intercourse with you. Then the Prophet saw two boys with Abdul Rahman and asked, are these your two sons? On that Abdul Rahman said yes. The Prophet said, yes, claim what you claim, that he is impotent, but by Allah these boys resemble him as crows resemble a crow. Just so you know, he never addressed him beating his wife at all. So we'll now go on to a different topic. So that's one source. Let me get you another one. Wait on.
Wait, go back to 5825. Can you send that to me so then I can read it
Yeah, that's
on my own pace?
yeah, of course, brother. I'll drop it in the debates chat. Or would you like it in the DM, mate?
I don't mind either.
Just drop it here. There you go. I'll also get you another one where you can just beat your wife. So well, here we are. Yep. So let's go with this one about how Muhammad says you should beat your woman like how you beat a prized camel. So that is Sahih al-Bukhari 6042. The Prophet forbade laughing at a person who passes wind, so who farts, and said, how does any one of you beat his wife as he beats the stallion camel, and then may he embrace her, so have sex with her? So, and Hashim said, as he beats his slave. So you should beat your wife as you beat a slave, and then after that, have the sex with her, mate. Do you agree with that?
Okay, wait. Go back to 5825. We'll go back to this one, but what's wrong with 5825?
Ross right with it. So tell me what you agree with there, and we'll go from that point.
Well, if it's the words of the Prophet, then shouldn't you assume that I agree with it all?
So you agree with the entirety of beating a woman and not addressing the issue when your prophet is supposed to treat everyone equally?
Wait, say that last part again.
So
About equally?
should your prophet treat everyone equally?
Yeah.
Okay, so why did he not address the beating, the brutal beating, may I add?
How did he not address it?
Well, how in that hadith, how did he address it? He clearly skipped over the fact, never addressed it, and said, okay, Well, why are you saying that he's impotent? Never discuss the fact on him horrendously beating his wife. Do you not see an issue with that at all? I know your prophet's illiterate, but come on.
1 second, I'm rereading it.
Yeah. Hello? Risk, you there, man? Are you just
Oh
reading?
yeah, I'm just looking for something.
What are you looking for? I might be able to help you.
A verse in the Quran.
I was going to say your boys dropped a verse in the Quran that states, if we consider Abdul Rahman bin Al-Zib actually hit her and injured her well, that goes against the Quran verse. If you're looking for the Quran verse, it's a bit irrelevant.
So why is the Quran verse irrelevant?
Well, it's a bit irrelevant because it contradicts what Mr. Muhammad said anyway. And who relayed the Quran?
Who what?
So who relayed the Quran? Who was the messenger of the Quran? So who gave the Quran to people?
Muhammad.
Yeah. So then if I show you, I've shown you a verse, 6042, where it contradicts very clearly what your Quran verse says. Who cares what your Quran says?
Well, the Quran and Hadith are the basis of Islam.
So you've agreed with me there. So yes, the Quran and Hadith is the basis of Islam. The messenger provided you with the Quran. There's also Hadiths, which are Sahih, which are, again, clear, that states that it is a contradiction of the way he conducted himself. So either way, he contradicted himself, mate. It doesn't make sense.
Wait, how does the Quran verse contradict the Hadith?
Okay, so who relayed the Quran?
Muhammad.
Yes. So if Muhammad's giving you the Quran, and then his other actions in the Hadith gives a contradiction to what the Quran says, he's contradicting his words. A very basic argument, brother.
Where in the Hadith does it contradict it?
Yeah, so Sahih al-Bukhari 6042. The Prophet forbade laughing at person who passes wind and said,
58:25.
I'm giving you a very clear verse that contradicts what he's telling you, and I'm giving you context to 58:25. It's all under the same bracket. I'm not changing topics if that's what you're trying to discuss.
What I'm asking is how does the Quran contradict 58:25?
Well, how does it not? So go on and provide your Quran verse. I've seen it many a time. Just provide it. Let's see if you found it. Put it in the chat. Have you got your Quran verse, man?
I'm looking for it.
Okay, Habibi.
I can't find it, so I'll just use what Gond posted. It's on Nisa and page 84. And
Yeah,
if you
drop it in
sense,
the chat, Habibi.
do I have to type it?
Yeah, I mean, you can. Why are you on phone?
Huh?
Are you on phone?
No.
No. So, do you want to drop the link to your toilet paper?
Say that again?
Do you want to drop the link to your toilet paper? Or are you
What do
just
you mean by
referring to Gan and what he said? Yeah, with his picture where men are the caretakers of women, as women
What do you mean? What
have.
do you mean by toilet paper?
It makes no sense, brother. Well, your Quran means nothing. It's the words of a man who claimed he was possessed by a demon and tried to kill himself for 3 years.
But that could be true. I'm not sure about that. But
It is true.
okay. Well, yes, I'm referring to what Gond said.
Okay, so men are the caretakers of women, as men have been provisioned by Allah over women and tasked with supporting them financially, righteously. Women are devoted, obedient, and when alone, protective of what Allah has entrusted them with. And if you sense ill conduct from your women, advise them first. If they persist, do not share their beds, but if they still persist, then discipline them gently. Okay, I mean, gently isn't there in the Arabic, but sure. But if they change their ways, do not be unjust to them. Surely Allah is most high, all great, and also the greatest deceiver. So, we'll go with that argument. I'll also provide you a counter argument. Sahih al-Bukhari 6042, the Prophet forbade laughing at a person who passes wind and said, how does anyone of you beat his wife as he beats his stallion camel, and then may he embrace her, have sex with her, and Hisham said, as he beats his slave. So here's also a contradiction of what Muhammad said to that initial quote. How are you going to address that one?
How is it a contradiction?
So he's telling you to beat his woman as he would beat a slave and then have sex with her afterwards. Does that seem like he's taking care? A man should be taking care of his woman? Does it seem
No.
like he's giving financial support? Does it look like he's leading them to God, or is he just beating his woman and having sex with her, as he would beat a slave?
Well, you have to take care of a slave anyways, and
Are you sure about that, Chief?
Yes.
Are you sure?
But again, I'm not trying to change topics.
Mm-hmm.
It does say discipline them gently in the verse.
Yeah, but that's
How is
not
that
in the
contradiction?
Arabic. Show me that in the Arabic. It's not in the Arabic. It never says gently in the Arabic. They do speak
That's
Arabic?
A little.
Okay, so you know it doesn't say gently in the Arabic. So what do you know what that is? And what in regards to that, what's being provided? That's what you
No.
call taqiyya. It's lying for Islam. So that is not in the Arabic. If you have an issue with that, take it up with your scholars or whoever translated it. Gently is not in the Arabic. So it tells you to discipline them. And also you have a hadith from Mr. Muhammad telling you to beat his wife as you would beat a slave and then afterwards have sex. Do you think a woman would want to have sex with you after you've beaten her? Yes or no?
Some people have weird fetishes, but usually
On
if
average.
they're meant yeah, no.
So he's also telling you to rape her after you've had sex with her. So after you've beaten her, sorry. Is that not an issue in your heart at all?
Wait, will you say that again?
So he's telling you to beat your woman as you would beat a stallion camel, so well, as you would beat a slave, to be more specific, and then afterwards to have sex with her. So we've just established, on average, a normal woman without a weird fetish would not have sex with you. So if that's unconsensual sex, what would that mean?
That it's a sin.
It's a sin and also rape.
Yes.
And this is what Muhammad teaches, by the way. You don't have an issue with that? So we've established that this Sahih al-Bukhari is a contradiction to what Muhammad originally said in a hadith from the toilet paper. So does that not make any issue for you? I mean, I can show you other
It
verses where
doesn't
it's him.
mention unconsensual sex, regardless if on average the average woman wouldn't want to do that. It doesn't mention unconsensual sex, so I don't see how that's.
Just because it doesn't
I don't
mention
think.
specifically unconsensual sex doesn't mean it's not implying it. You've just agreed that after a
How
woman's
is
had
it
a
implied?
vicious that you've just agreed with me that after a woman would have a vicious beating, it is very clear that they wouldn't want to have sex. So what would you call that if it's unconsensual sex?
How is it implied?
You just agreed with me. I mean, if you want me to
How?
go over it again, so the Prophet forbade laughing at a person who passes wind and said, how does any of you beat his wife as he beats his stallion camel? And then embrace her, so sleep with her. And Hisham said, as he beats his slave. So as you've agreed with me, after you beat your beat your wife as a slave, she will not be consenting to having sex with you, and your hadith is telling you to have sex with her anyway. By definition, that is rape.
Which hadith is it?
Sahih al-Bukhari 6042. Do you want me to put it in the chat for you, buddy?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, please.
Go on, it's in the chat, have a look. It'll tell you the exact same thing I've ever brought to you before. I'm not lying, there's no need for lies when I'm not committing to care. So. Hey, how are you doing, F? What's your name? I've got stream mode on. No. Let me know when you finish the reading of your own hadiths. You had a look at? I mean, it's not a very long hadith.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of an explanation and then looking for something to back that up.
Do what? Back it up there. You can beat your wife and rape her.
There could be an explanation.
I mean, realistically, there really isn't, is there? Though?
There could be, and that's what
I
I'm
mean,
looking for.
I've just showed you a contradiction between your hadiths and the way Muhammad conducted himself to what your toilet paper Quran says. So I mean, either way, it's the teachings of Muhammad. I mean, this is first-hand teachings of what Muhammad said. Now is your hadiths. So if your Quran is relaying what Muhammad said, and then your hadiths is showing you his actions, are you going to believe what the Quran says or Muhammad what he relayed? Because either way, it's what Muhammad told you. So the argument makes zero sense. What you're trying to prove. Any idea yet, Risk?
Okay, to be fair, I don't have anything against that.
Okay, well, but it's more likely because you can't. So tell me what you personally believe and what you think about that.
I think I'm gonna research that a bit further, but
That's
not
fine.
right now.
Okay, let's also go a bit more into what Mr. Muhammad taught you. So would you like another Sahih al-Muslim? This is what Mr. Muhammad is telling you also. I mean, it doesn't really have the Prophet says, but it is the
Well,
teachings of Muhammad. So when a man invites his wife to his
for
bed,
now I'm in. Okay, wait. For now I'm in a little bit of denial, but say Islam is incorrect. How could you prove
factually
to me
incorrect.
Christianity?
Well, do you want me to also show you where Muhammad literally lied and told you he's a false prophet? Would that help with your argument?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to give you do you want me to give you the verses, and then I'll also give you the links after?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. So this is context, buddy. So do you know what the Battle of Khaybar is? Well, the
Vaguely.
conquering of Khaybar. So it's context when Mr. Muhammad conquered Khaybar, got poisoned by some Jews, and eventually died to the poison. Again, you can do your own research. You'll come to the same conclusion. But here we are. So here it is. Yahya al-Bukhari
Wait, could you
3169.
repeat that? Could
Yeah.
you repeat that? I'm sorry.
So Mr. Muhammad died to the poison which he was fed on Khaybar, when he conquered Khaybar by the Jews that fed it to him. And this is context to how he croaked. So how he passed. So let's start from the top. So this is about the conversation is now on how Muhammad's a false prophet, and then I'll go into the context on how Christianity is correct. Okay? Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. So Sahih al-Bukhari 3169. Again, you can have a look yourself. When Khaybar was conquered, a roasted poisoned sheep was presented to the Prophet as a gift by the Jews. Again, just preface this, the Jews were his enemy. I don't disagree with that, because he decided to rape and conquer his way through Jerusalem. Hence why Palestine is currently Muslim occupied, as well as other countries in the Arab Peninsula. The Prophet ordered, "Let all the Jews who have been here be assembled before me." The Jews were collected, and the Prophet said to them, "I am going to ask you a question. Will you tell the truth?" The Jews said, "Yes." The Prophet asked, "Who is your father?" They replied, "So and so." He said, "You have told a lie. Your father is so and so." They said, "You are right." He said, "Will you now tell me the truth if I ask you about something?" They replied, "Yes, O Abu al-Kasib, and if we should tell a lie, you can realize our lie, as you have done regarding our father." On that he asked, "Who are the people of hellfire?" Sorry, who are the people of hellfire? Yep. They said, "We shall remain in hellfire for a short period," so they will remain in hell when they die because they're going to get killed, "and after that you will replace us." So Mr. Muhammad will replace them in hell. The Prophet said, "You may be cursed and humiliated in it, in hell. By Allah, we shall never replace you in it." Then he asked, "Will you now tell me the truth if I ask you a question?" They said, "Yes, Abu al-Qasim." He asked, "Have you poisoned the sheep?" They said, "Yes." He asked, "What made you do so?" They said, "We wanted to know if you were a liar, so if you was a false prophet, which case we would kill you and get rid of you. If you were a prophet, then the poison would not harm you. So if he was actual prophet, he'd realise it was poison before he ate it." Further context is also hadith saying that the poison, you could literally smell it before you even had a taste. So a bit more evidence on why he's a bit of an illiterate young man. So again, this entire context here at the bottom, it really makes no difference to my argument. I'm giving you context on how he died and what he used to say to Aisha. So in the Quran, Quran 69:44-46, "Had the messenger made up something in our name, so in Allah's name, we would surely have seized him by his right hand and severed his aorta." So let's have a look what an aorta is. So this is very clearly pretty far into the human system, and it is the life vein. It is what gives your body blood. If you wanted to kill someone by severing their aorta, you'd have to go pretty far digging around in somebody's body to find that, wouldn't you? So, had the message, yeah, that's fine. Then we go to Sahih al-Bukhari 4428. This is where the Prophet was speaking to Aisha. The Prophet, in his ailment in which he died, he used to say, "Oh Aisha, I still feel the pain caused by the food I ate at Khaybar, and at this time I feel as if my aorta is being cut from that poison." So we have you in the Quran stating Mr. Muhammad would die by his aorta being severed. We have a verse where he's telling Aisha that his aorta is being severed by the food that he ate at Khaybar. What's your view on that?
That he that man, I'm sorry. That being jeez. Nah, I
What?
really don't.
Now you got it, Chief.
No, I really don't have it other than the fact that he isn't, that could mean a lot of things, being taken through the right hand and
So
the
when
aorta.
it's referring to him grabbing him by his right hand, that's it referred to power. So if Allah had power, he'd grab him by his right hand and kill him. That well, he's referring to immediately, but usually that isn't how God works, is it really? But either way, he is telling you that if he was going to die, if he was a false prophet, his aorta would be severed. You also have a verse from Sahih al-Bukhari from Aisha, the person who was supposed to love him and again took care of him, even though he widowed her at 18 and couldn't remarry because of what Mr. Muhammad put into play. He very clearly said, "I feel as if my aorta is being cut from the poison." I mean, it's pretty cut and clear. I mean, he could have physically said, "Oh no, I feel as if I'm choking. Oh no, there's something in my throat. I feel as if my kidney is perishing." But no, he's specifically telling you, "My aorta is being cut." What's your
Yeah,
point of view on that?
that you're correct.
Okay, thank you. So, do you agree now that Mr. Muhammad is a false prophet?
I'm in denial, I have to admit. So, no,
Yeah,
not really.
no, that's fine. So, have you read the Bible at all? Have you, or do you not have any knowledge on the Bible?
I have little knowledge.
Do you know about Isa or Jesus?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what his titles mean? So, the Messiah, the Son of Man, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does the Messiah mean?
Like the messenger or something like that. I'm
No.
not actually sure.
Does Muhammad have the title of Messiah?
No.
So it can't mean the messenger. That's what the Quran
Well, then
states.
maybe like chosen one.
No. Do you want to do a quick Google search, or do you want me to do it for you?
Do it for me, please.
Yeah. In Abrahamic religion, a Messiah or Messias, Hebrew romanized, a savior or liberator of a group of people. So it is a savior.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And what does Jesus say many a time?
That he's the Messiah.
Yeah, he is the Messiah. He is the truth and the life. I am what was it, the savior and something else. But again, there's many different choice of words that he used to show you that he is God and the way you should be following him. Not once you said the Messiah means messenger, but Muhammad never claimed the title of Messiah, nor did any previous prophets either. It makes no sense. So it can't physically mean Messiah.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you want me to show you how Allah, well, although that's a different topic because Allah is not the God of an Abrahamic religion. But here we are. So,
Hi, sorry
are you right?
to interrupt you. I finally fixed my mic, and I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Alice. Very nice to meet you, and hope you won't mind that I'm listening to you talking because
No,
it's a
that's okay.
really interesting debate.
No, that's fine. I was going to say, are you the person that spoke to us on Instagram?
Yeah. I was
Oh,
really.
was you the Muslim convert?
No.
Oh,
I'm a
sorry.
Christian.
Yeah, no, sorry. It was just we had a Muslim convert not too long ago on Instagram. I thought that was you. My
Yeah,
bad.
that's pretty nice. No, I'm a Christian, and I really like to talk about this stuff, but I'm not onto this whole debate. So
Yeah,
I'm just gonna eavesdrop a little bit,
no, that's fine.
maybe sometimes
I
say
was going to
something.
say, how well versed are you in the Bible? I mean, I'm there's a few things that I do forget, but again, the Lord willing, isn't it really?
I mean, I do read my New Testament.
Yeah,
I try to do it every day. Um,
that's good.
Sometimes it doesn't work out, but I like to say that I kind of know my stuff
Hmm.
more so like theological um, stuff,
Hmm.
maybe not historical, but yeah, um, I may have some things to say maybe in the future.
No, that's fine. I mean, if I make any mistakes, feel free to interrupt me and tell me, because I mean, uh,
No
when it comes to
problem.
the Bible, it's you know, I mean, there's a lot there. But here we are. Well, thank you there. What's your name? Sorry. Was it Elisa?
Alice, yes.
Alice. Thank you, Alice.
No problem. And what are your names?
Oh, my name's Nathan. Or you can call me Imam Logic, whichever's easier.
Okay, nice to meet you. And yours? Reese the Donut?
I don't really feel comfortable sharing my name.
Oh, okay, no problem.
That's fine.
Well, I'm under the impression that Jesus being crucified is a really large part of the Bible.
Yep.
Could you prove that?
Hello?
What, that he was crucified?
Yep.
I can.
Can you disprove that he wasn't crucified?
That there's no proof of.
Who says there's
Okay.
no proof?
Show me, Merlin, don't bother intervening, mate. Okay, show me there's no proof that he was crucified.
So,
apart from
the
your toilet
Roman-
paper Quran, which we've just stated that is very,
Yes.
very, you know what I mean?
Sure. So, if there was a judicial system in order for Jesus to be crucified, why aren't there records of him? Roman records of him?
There is. Who
There
says
are.
there
There
is?
are a lot of records. It's like a historical fact that he was crucified.
There
Show
is.
me.
What, do you want me to show? Okay, so I'll show you now. Hold on.
What is this called? This piece of cloth with his face printed
Oh, yeah.
on it. It's literally in a Vatican, I think.
Yeah, it's called the scheme thing. I'll have to search it out, but hold on, let me share my screen.
Yeah, I only know it in Polish, but I don't know how it's translated.
I was going to
That's
say,
fine,
Riz,
no
do you know the Muslim perspective on Mr.
Muslim
Isa's
knowledge.
being crucified?
They don't believe he was crucified,
Yeah,
which
they believe-
goes against
well, it
literally.
depends because it could be Shia or it could be the other one, innit? Sunni.
No,
It depends.
none of them believe he was crucified.
Yeah, no, but it's different ways on what occurred.
Yeah.
But here we are. Well, what's your belief on it, Risk?
Well, I was told that he was raised to heaven. And
Was that before or during?
during one?
Was
During
during the crucifixion, or was that before or during?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'd
So-
say during
Are you Sunni or are you Shia?
none.
No. What
So
are you?
you're Quranist then?
I don't follow any sect. No. One.
You're
not-
Quranist, so you just follow the
Yeah.
Quran. That's what
Yeah.
Quranist means, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to get you the.
I
Anyway,
can wait.
that's fine. So, I mean, most Muslims, well, depending on your sect, it's either he was brought up beforehand, he was swapped with, I believe it was Judas, or something silly, just someone that looked like Jesus, or he was swapped beforehand and then had Judas take his place, or he was crucified, well, being crucified, then he was swapped with Judas. It depends on your personal beliefs, or if you're a Shia or Sunni. It generally depends.
Right, can you read Can you read Greek?
No.
Because obviously the Romans wrote it in Greek. So if I'm going to show it you need to be able to read it in Greek.
Why
Yeah.
can't you get a translation?
What do you mean? No, I can get translation, but I'm showing you the actual manuscript. Like the actual manuscript of his crucifixion, the original manuscript of the Romans. So not just of Christ followers, of Romans who actually crucified him. So if he wasn't crucified, then they wouldn't keep a record of him being crucified because why would they want to go along with the Christian claims? They
Uh-huh.
wouldn't. So I'm giving you Roman, and then I could also give you Jewish ones that rejected Jesus. Right, I'll post it in chat.
Yeah.
Literally, you can disprove that claim from Muslims
Can
within
you show me?
10 seconds Google search. Yeah, I'm putting in the base chat. Let me know when. Hold on.
Fucking hell, just
I think that
a load of shit.
the whole crucifixion of Jesus isn't a fact to dispute because it's like historically.
It's historically accurate. Yep.
I think the point of debate is whether he rose from the dead, which I personally do believe because there are also records of historical records of him being alive at the time, like three days after. Yeah, you know what I mean. But I think that we can like there's no point in debating whether the crucifixion happened because it historically did.
Well,
But
can I tell you why we're debating this? We're debating this only to disprove the claims of Muslims that say he wasn't crucified, because they say that the Quran is perfectly preserved and is the word of God and it can't be wrong on anything. So we're showing them where the Quran is wrong on this occasion, and the Quran is wrong on about, I think there's over like 200 something occasions, right? One
Yeah, but
historically
let's focus on
contradiction.
this one. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
get
so
it now.
this is why we're showing them as to why why the claim that the Quran makes is wrong, because they don't believe in history, clearly. Muslims don't. So yeah, that's what we showed them. But anyways, also the Muslim guy. Do you know who Bart Ehrman is?
No.
Bart Ehrman is one of the most famous he, atheist historians that's existed, that try to prove so many times um, as to why Christianity is false, and even he himself says that Jesus was crucified. Do you want me to show this to you?
Can you show me the translation of the Greek manuscripts that you sent?
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can.
I was going to say, do you not need to know Arabic to learn the Quran? So should you not know Greek by that definite by the same thing to have an understanding? No? But here we are.
I've been learning Arabic.
Yeah,
Like
don't
I could
bother.
be
It's a
adding
waste of time.
fluent.
Here we go. There's some more evidence. There's literally all of them. All of them talk about this. Like, there's so many accounts of historians, of there's Bar Ehrman there, literally Jews, Talmudic Jews too, who hated. You know what the Talmud is, don't you? You know what the Talmud Jews are like? They're basically modern day what you call a Zionist, especially what Muslims call Zionists. That's what the Talmud Jews are. The Talmud Jews talk about this. This is a historical fact, not just from Christians. So it's not even up for debate whether he was crucified, um as the lady said. It's a historical fact that shouldn't even need to be debated. But for you Muslims, we show you how this is the case, because we show you how your scripture is false on so many occasions. Not only does your scripture get this wrong, it also gets wrong the actual Christian theology of the Trinity. You Muslims, in your scripture, in the Quran, it says that Christians follow the Trinity and that Mary is part of the Trinity. That is not our Christian theology.
Wait, I'm interested in this. Can you show me that?
Yeah, I feel like everyone here wants to, like, the whole goal of our lives is to get closer to the truth, and I don't want you to feel risk that we are ganging up on you or anything. It's just some, like, I personally believe in objective truth. I don't know if you do, um, but it's just part of the process, like getting to know the facts that we get to know as humans, leaving faith out of it for the time being. It's like I feel like, sorry, English isn't my first language. It's kind of difficult,
That's
but
fine. You're doing very well.
oh, thank you very much. It's just we're trying to get you closer to the truth that we are able to perceive, and this truth ultimately leads us to uh, our faith.
Salvation. Yeah, and our
Yes,
salvation.
yes.
Yeah, we're not doing this. We're not talking to you about this and showing this to be spiteful in any way, shape, or form. No, that's not our goal. Our goal is to show the truth and expose the lies and the doctrine that you've been indoctrinated with. Well, probably by, I don't know if you're a Christian, I don't know if you're a Muslim convert or if you're born Muslim.
Yeah,
To
pretty
show
sure it's born
the
Muslim.
okay, yeah, to show the lies that the imams have been telling you since you, I'm guessing since you were a kid. So
I noticed this about a lot of Christians and also myself, that we get a little heated sometimes when we speak about it. And I certainly do when I speak about it with my friends,
Yep.
which most of them are atheists or anti clerics and everything. But it's just you need to understand that for us, your conversion to Christianity means that you get saved, that you will be what's the word you used? Um, sorry.
you basically come to a salvation.
Yeah, salvation. Thank you. So we get maybe not emotional, but heated and
As
excited.
passionate, I think is the word, no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
passion.
passionate about it because we want the most amount of people to be saved and to get to know the truth.
Yep. So where are you from, the Muslim guy? Where you from? Like where you born?
Mexico.
Mexican. Where are your parents from Mexico or were they born somewhere else?
They were born in America.
In America, right? Okay, that's fine.
My
So,
father was born in Mexico.
Risk,
Okay.
are you a born Muslim then, or are you a convert?
Revert.
Sorry?
Oh, what?
Revert.
A revert from, so you were a Christian before?
Catholic.
Catholic Christian.
What
Sorry,
are you now?
you were cutting out, mate. You kind of like,
I was Catholic and then I reverted to Islam.
but why? What made you revert to Islam, if you don't mind me asking?
Because I didn't find Christianity convincing and I found Islam convincing.
Yeah, but is that also due to the influence that you had from your friends, from your family?
Could be.
Yeah, it probably was. Is that them telling you that, what did they always say that in the Dawa script? And I can even show you the Dawa script because they've got a full script of how to talk to Christians. Actually, is that because they told you that they respect Jesus more, that they pray like Jesus more, that they love Jesus more than Christians do, that they believe in one God, not as the Christians believe in three gods, even though that's another thing that they get wrong because we don't believe in three gods. Um, and what do they say, that the Quran's perfectly preserved? I'm guessing, and the Quran's never been changed. Is that also what they tell you?
Well, I believed that both religions believe that they follow Jesus more closely than the other and such things.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's not
So
correct.
that's what the Muslims love to tell you. But where? So how? Even if you think about this logically, who are you going to believe, right? A witness account of the first and second century people that actually walked with him, or are you going to believe a guy that came 600 years after and they completely contradicted the witness accounts that we have on him? That it just doesn't make sense. Anything he taught, like they completely go opposite against it. They say that he was a Muslim, so that's one of the things they say. They say that Jesus was a Muslim, yet they can't prove that he was a Muslim because one, there was no Muslims in the first century. Two, they say, oh, when we say Muslims, we just mean the term that he he basically
Submit himself to
followed.
God.
Yeah, that he submitted himself to God. Okay, well, if you use that logic, and the verses that they bring up is where Jesus calls where Jesus calls upon his father. Can Muslims call Allah their father? Can you call Allah your father?
No.
Exactly. So they contradict themselves over and over and over again on multiple occasions and multiple different points, which is what I'm trying to show you.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to not respond to you right now, but Imam Logic.
Yep.
So, hadiths are the words of the Prophet, and a
Yep.
Muslim would believe that the Quran is not the words of Muhammad, it's the word of God. And all that Sahih means is that it's authentic.
Yeah.
It's what the Prophet said. Prophet Muhammad was not infallible. He could sin. He
Okay.
was capable of committing sin.
But
So,
under that same argument, though, is Mr. Muhammad not your prophet for all time? Should you not be following his words? Should you not be following what he tells you?
Right,
from
interesting.
opinion.
Right. Are
Let me
you
be.
guys Muslims or Christians?
So we're Christians, but I'm guessing you guys are Jewish, yeah? You two.
Right, yeah, interesting.
I was going
Okay,
to say
that's
we're
fine.
having a conversation at the moment. Just wait on.
Yeah. So if we just finish having the conversation with this Muslim fella, if that's alright, then we can get onto a topic with you guys, if that's alright.
Yeah, no problem, brother. No problem, brother.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
So-
Right. Right.
Okay. So I mean, in regards to that entire argument, I mean, realistically, the only person that relayed the Quran was Mr. Muhammad. Not to mention, there's at points in hadiths where he even forgot about Allah and forgot about the Quran. So does that even make sense? Probably not. If he's the one relaying it, should not have full knowledge. As you said, he is infallible, but a lot of Muslims believe he is somehow sinless, even though he molested, raped, and killed so many people. That entire argument makes no sense. The entirety of
Well-
Islam was initially given to people by the sword. It was never by option.
So
That's
the
just
reason the
fact.
argument does make sense is because people make different opinions of what they see. That's why different sects exist, such as Sunni or Shia.
Okay, how many, according to the Quran, according to Mr. Muhammad, how many sects would there be after his death?
Like 72.
It's 73. There's much more than 73, so that's also a false prophecy.
Yeah, and no, hold on. And you said that people define what's good and bad, and that's we have different sects. Okay, now let me ask you a question then. Do you think marrying a 6-year-old is
We've went through this
in
argument,
fact-
Dylan. We
Yeah,
through
we
this
went through
argument.
that argument, but according to Wikipedia, there are 73 sects in Islam.
That's factually incorrect.
Hold on, I'll tell you how many.
Can you prove that?
Yeah, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on.
I was going to say, do you want to see
Benji,
just,
you here?
just while we're waiting, do you want to see Mr. Allah in the Kaaba now?
Benji,
If you-
can you hear me?
Have a look at my picture. I mean, does that look angelic to you? That's a depiction of Allah in the Kaaba.
How's that a depiction of Allah?
That's a
There-
statue of
well, that's
Allah in the
idolatry.
Kaaba.
That's straight up idolatry. I
That-
wouldn't really believe that.
I mean, if you worship in the black stone, that's idolatry to begin with. But that is Allah in the
no,
Kaaba.
we don't worship.
Are you guys from Speaker's Corner, right? Are you guys
Yeah.
from Speaker's?
We
We
did go
are,
to
yeah.
Speaker's Corner, yes.
Interesting, right? In London, isn't it, right?
Yeah, it is in London.
Are-
Can you
are
stop with the silly
Cockney?
accent, please?
Mm,
No, we're not
I know,
Cockney.
no, this is the way I speak, brother. Are you from Cockney?
No.
Right. Where you from, brother? Because I'm from Camden.
I'm from
I'm
Russia.
Albanian.
I'm from Russia.
I'm from Poland.
Interesting.
Oh, nice to meet you. Where from,
Interesting.
fella?
Right. Poland. Right. Are you guys Christian?
Yes, we are,
Yes.
brother. We just said that. Hold on. Let us speak to this guy, and then we'll move on to talking with you. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay. Thank you. Right. So, Riz, back to what was the point? So you said that you don't worship the black stone.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you not believe that if you kiss the black stone and put your hand on it, that
The
it will
corner.
not, your sins won't be forgiven? Yeah, on the corner of it, your sins won't be forgiven, because that's what it teaches in Islam. That's what Prophet Muhammad
That
taught.
my sins will not be forgiven. Or that
Will.
There will be forgiven. Because if you say no, if you say no, you're going
That's the whole
against what
premise of
Prophet
Hajj.
Muhammad taught.
That's the whole premise of Hajj.
Also, Imam logic. Where is proof that is a law? That's
That's literally in the Kaaba, mate. Do your own research. That's literally a depiction of Allah in the Kaaba.
That is in the Kaaba, yeah. You can have a look into this.
It may be, but that doesn't mean that is him.
Who
And
is
then-
it then?
I mean,
Who
there's
is it
also Quran and Hadith verses showing you his physical descriptions right there, and then it's literally a depiction of Mr. Allah.
Does Allah not have two
I
right
mean-
hands according to Quran?
Yeah.
Okay, so
What does that picture show you? I'm
Well,
confused.
there is
okay,
none
no.
like him. That
No, okay,
there's
hold on,
also
we're
a verse
switching
in the
from
Quran that
topic.
says there is none like him.
yeah,
we can't-
okay.
We're switching from topic. We're just on the topic of idolatry, right? And how you saying that black stone isn't a form of idolatry? So you saying that by you kissing the black stone, putting putting your hand on the corner of the stone, is not idolatry and is not pagan.
It's sunnah.
Yeah,
So,
do
hold
you
on,
know
is
why?
that
Do you
not
know why?
right? Obviously.
Benji,
So-
look.
So hold on. So,
The
so a black
Blackstone won't do anything for you. It
A
won't
black-
do anything for you.
What do you mean you won't? But that's not what you. Prophet
Sorry, no,
Muhammad
no,
said.
no, no. On the day of
Where
day of
did he say that
okay,
it will
go on.
forgive your sins?
Hold on. Yeah, exactly. So you're saying it will forgive you sins?
No, I said where does it say that it will forgive your sins?
We'll argue for you
Oh.
on the day of judgment. Yes or no?
What?
Will the Blackstone argue for you on the day of judgment just because you've worshipped
I'd
it?
say no.
Well, that's not what that's not what Islam teaches.
Can you show me, please?
Okay, do objects come alive on the day of judgment that are currently inanimate?
I'm sure they could.
That's what Islam teaches you. They come alive and it'll argue for you on the day of judgment. And it also teaches you that the Blackstone forgives sins.
Right, interesting.
show
I
me where
do
does
gotta
it say that
go
it
in a
forgives
minute,
sins,
unfortunately. When can we speak, brother Mylan? Right.
Well, what? When can
Right.
you join in a few hours? Maybe an hour, half or so.
Unfortunately, I do have to go to Cockfosters, unfortunately. Maybe we can discuss in the next month or something.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, sure.
that's absolutely fine. But so you guys are Jewish, yeah?
Do you
Obviously-
believe God is all-knowing?
Yes, absolutely.
Did Jesus know the hour?
Oh, you're gonna ask me that question? Absolutely. Yeah. So, is Jesus? Was Jesus fully man, according to Christian theology? Obviously not according to you, because you're a Jew.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So was he fully man and was he fully divine? Okay. So for him to be, for you to be fully man, yeah. Do you as a person have different levels of consciousness?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a scientific fact. Okay. So if Jesus is fully man, and can he feel pain because he's fully man?
Yeah.
Okay. So does he get hungry? For him to be fully
Did
man, he
you
has to
say
go hungry,
horny?
right?
Did you say horny or hungry?
Hungry.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. So for him to be fully man, he has to have human level of thinking, otherwise he wouldn't be fully man. Would you agree or disagree?
I'd agree, brother.
Huh?
I'd agree, my brother.
Exactly. So for him to be fully man in his human nature, would he know everything, or would he only know his mission and what his father tells him?
The second thing.
There you go.
Right, that makes sense. How do I know Jesus is the Messiah?
How do you know Jesus is the Messiah? You're a Jew, right?
I think so.
Go to Isaiah 53.
Okay,
Read Isaiah 53. What does Isaiah 53 tell you?
tell me.
It tells you how he's going to be crucified. And did you know that now? That
Okay, the
for
word,
Jews,
show me, one second. Show me the word crucified in the text, please.
it's not. That's called an exact word fallacy.
Okay, so you're just putting in your own interpretation. One second,
No,
into the text.
it's a
Let me
prophecy.
finish. Let me finish 1 second. I can just apply the same word to like a multitude of rabbis who fulfill this chapter. Second of all, you're making a cherry picking fallacy because you're assuming this is the only criteria for the Messiah. There are other criteria for the Messiah that Jesus doesn't fulfill. For
Which
example,
one?
Jesus. Let me finish. My goodness. For example, in Deuteronomy 29:28, it establishes the law as eternal upon Israel. Now, according to the New Testament, Jews don't have to follow the law of Moses anymore. So this will be an example where Jesus abolished the law of Moses, where Moses established it's eternal.
No. So, why was there the law of Moses? Why was the law of Moses established in the first place?
For the nation of Israel to follow and ask them to get close to God.
Yeah, hold on, no, hold on. Let's go back a step actually, because I wanna challenge you on the Isaiah 53 one. Yeah. So the Isaiah 53 has actually been taken out from most of the current Jewish Torahs because they see how much of that is an issue for their theology and for them denying the Messiah. So what? Tell me, why is the Isaiah 53 taken out then? If I'm just putting my own spin on it, why would they take it out?
Can you show me some evidence for this, please?
Sure.
When I say evidence, I mean like a rabbi taking it out, or like an example of a book of Isaiah in a Jewish synagogue missing the chapters. Something along those lines would be sufficient. Not like some random Christian saying the Jews do it. I'd want some like actual evidence, please.
I'm not. Chill.
What happened with that? What happened with your accent then, brother?
All the sudden has disappeared. Alright, there you go. I'm quoting you one for Israel, by the way. I'm giving you your own source. I'm giving you your own Jewish sources, bro. So you can't say to me, I'm not giving you your own
It's in the
Jewish. I'm not
debates
giving
chat.
you your own sources. I did.
Oh, yeah.
This is actually my first sort of debate with a Jew.
Okay, do you want to show me some actual
not
evidence,
muted,
not like
brother.
some opinion of one for Israel?
Bro,
When I
I'm
say,
You're not.
giving you your
one
own
second,
evidence
one
and you're not
second.
accepting it.
When I say evidence, I don't mean like the claim of someone. I mean like actual substantial evidence that I can analyze and verify for myself. The thing is, anyone can go and make a claim. This is what Muslims do, right? For example, the Jews mistranslated the word Mahmadim to hide Muhammad, right? Anyone can just make a claim. What I'm asking you is to substantiate the claim and then prove it. So what a Muslim would have to do is prove corruption that we change the name. So what I'm asking you is not just present the argument, but to actually substantiate the argument and justify it to be true.
How do you
Don't
want me
just
to
let
do
me
that? That'll
finish.
be sufficient for you.
Okay, so I told you either you could show me, for example, proof of the Jews doing this at a certain point, right? Or you could show me a book of Isaiah missing, right? The chapter 53. And that would be sufficient for me. If you can't do this, then you can provide me whatever you want. But if I don't believe it to be more too reasonable that it justifies it, I'm just going to say that it's an attack, right?
Okay.
Without any actual substantial evidence to it.
But hold on. So you're saying that your own sources is not substantial evidence for you because this is literally one for Israel.
I mean,
This is not a Christian. This is not a Christian website. This is a Jewish source.
I have Jewish friends who are heretics, and they believe that, right, that the Torah is corrupted. Just because someone's Jewish and makes a claim, it doesn't mean anything. What I'm asking, please listen to me, what I'm asking is that you provide me substantial evidence for this being true. Don't just say this Jew says so and therefore it's true, because I can show you Jews who don't believe in God, and I'm not going to accept that as true. So again, let me finish. Instead of providing to me a quote, provide to me the evidence of this being true. Again, a Muslim can say we change the word Mahmadim from Muhammad, right? I'm going to ask you to prove it, right? Not just claim it. So prove it.
Well, by that logic, how do you decide which scientists are right or wrong if he presents you with evidence, but you automatically assume that it's false? Have you read?
Yeah, because it doesn't go with your beliefs, so it automatically.
That's deflecting. You're deflecting now. I asked you to prove it. Now you're putting it back on me.
Well,
bro,
you're running from the argument. You're doing this, bro.
Benji, stop calling me, please. I asked one second. I asked you to justify something. What you're asking me now is how do you justify something? But the thing is, when someone gives a formal argument, you have to address the argument without diverting or deflecting, right? So stop making a red herring and provide to me the proof. That should be sufficient for me. Go ahead. And then we can analyze the proof that you bring.
And I'm asking you, what is the sufficient proof for you then? I don't have a Torah to give you a Torah.
Okay.
Like,
well, the thing is, it's not for me. Let me finish. It's not for me to decide what is sufficient. It's for you to bring me something.
Why did you say let me finish?
Because you're interrupting me. Because you're interrupting me you just did again. Okay, when someone provides an argument, right, it's upon them to substantiate it and bring the proof. You don't go back to the past and say, what's sufficient proof? You bring the proof, and then we can analyze it together and see if it's sufficient enough for me. But I'm not going to answer your question. You can't provide to me the proof. If you can't provide to me the proof, you could then just concede you made the claim without actually being able to have any way to substantiate it logically. So again, provide to me the proof, and then we can analyze it if it's actually good proof.
Yeah, and we'll analyze. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna analyze them because you don't agree. You're still gonna say that's not sufficient proof. That's what you're going to do.
Okay, so the proof you gave me, or so-called proof in quotation, is from a missionary website called Jews for Jesus. But the thing is, why should I believe it to be true? Right? Because I can show you, right, Jews who make also these kinds of claims, and I don't believe their claims just because they're Jewish. So what
Yeah,
I tell a
exactly.
Muslim, let me
No, look,
finish, let me finish,
no, no,
let
no,
me
no, no, no,
no, you're not going to
because
interrupt me
what
again.
you've done,
Don't be
because what,
disingenuous. Don't be
because no
disingenuous.
one's
Let
being
me finish.
disingenuous.
Let me
No
finish.
one's being
Let me finish.
disingenuous. No one's
Let me
being
finish.
disingenuous.
Let me finish
Right.
then.
Hold on.
Let me finish.
So,
I let you. I never interrupted you
what
once.
this
I
guy's
never
doing,
interrupted you
he
once.
says
I
that
never
even the
interrupted you once.
Jews say this thing, and he doesn't
I
agree with the
never
Jews. So
interrupted
who
you
is he going
once.
to
I
agree with
never
if he doesn't
interrupted
agree
you
with the
once.
Jews? So
I
no
never
matter what evidence
interrupted
they
you
show
once.
him,
I
even if it's
never
from the
interrupted you
Jews,
once.
he's not going to agree
I
with
never
me
interrupted
because
you
it doesn't
once. I've been
align
very
with his logic.
respectful.
Does that make
And
sense or
what you're
not?
doing now is you're
He
unable
just
to
literally
actually
just
like
said this himself. He said
substantiate
that
your
he
argument.
said he's got Jews
So you
who
have to
don't
interrupt me and
agree
talk over me,
with
which
his
is very
with
it's
his
very
way of
sad to
thinking,
be
with his
honest,
logic.
because it
So
shows
he
that you're
just
not here to
completely
have a genuine
disregards the
discussion. Rather,
argument.
you're
So
just here
no matter
Neither
what
was
to
I show
you
talk
here
him,
to
over
have a
people.
genuine discussion, Jev.
If you
You came in
can't
here with a false
provide to me
accent.
the evidence,
yeah.
if you
So
can't provide to
no
me the
matter what I tell
evidence
him,
for the
he's
claim
going
that
to
you made,
have
that's not going to
that
be my
exact
issue.
same thing.
Rather, that's going to be your issue.
Is he not?
If you provide to me a claim from a random Jew, you're going to have to
Is he not?
substantiate why. You're going to have to substantiate
I'll
why I
let you
should
speak
believe.
now.
You are going to have to substantiate why I should believe this Jews what Jesus claim, right? Because the thing is, as I explained, any Jew can come and say, for example, the Torah is corrupted. Any Muslim can come and say we changed one Mahmadim from Muhammad. But I'm going to ask him for proof of this. So stop just appealing to the words of Jews for Jesus. And I'm going to ask you again, why should I believe the words of Jews for Jesus? Go ahead.
Okay, absolutely. You just said yourself. That, and again, you repeated it a second ago, that you've got Jewish friends who make claims on Jewish what do you say, like people, like, and etc., that make claims, and because they don't agree with your logic, you disregard them. So what? No matter what I show you, you're not going to
Straw man.
believe me. So it doesn't matter what I show
Straw man.
you. He's calling it straw man.
Okay, I never said I don't believe
Right,
claims. I said claims.
This guy's just trolling. I'm sorry, but he's just completely trolling.
What should
This
you
guy
do?
just
You kick
trolling.
him?
Yeah, he's fully trolling. He's just fully trolling. I couldn't be bothered listening to him then. Like
I mean,
that.
it's like completely nonsensical. Like,
It
how
is, isn't it?
how do you ask for evidence? You get the evidence, you don't read it, and then you
Disregard it.
shout and shout over other people that this is not this is not substantial evidence. Like, I'm sorry, but there was no way that he got familiar with the thing that you sent in like any time frame of this conversation.
No, he didn't. He was just babbling the nonsense and then just coming out with the most like ridiculous thing ever. He kept saying Strawman, and he kept saying for me interrupting, and I was listening to his whole point. But okay, we'll move on. Right, let's carry on with this. Let's carry on with this Muslim fella. Right, what was the topic that we was on before these
Look at that!
Jews
Another
influencers?
kick from a countryman.
Fucking hell. And by the way, this is what Jews typically do over and over and over again, but that's another thing.
I mean, it's kind of, if I may, with my a thought that I have, I honestly have never met a Jew that truly believes what their
preach.
faith is saying. Like, I live in a place, in a country where most Christians are not really Christians, so I kind of know how it works when you say you are a believer. I've met true Christians, like people who live by the word of God, but I personally, from my experience, have never met a Jew.
No, but
Because it's like it's too connected to their country, to Israel. Like, their religion is so connected with the nationality that it kind of blurred everything, and it got so political that people forgot the part of faith. Like, the faith became part of like national tradition.
Yep.
And in most cases that wouldn't be so bad, only if it wasn't like the cancellation of most of the principles that they believe in.
It's okay. It's okay, guys. We're just goyams. It's fine.
No, not only that, you can tell those two guys were Talmudic Jews, because even they how they speak in, and just when we said cockfusters, that's a area in London, by the way. I know, because I know a Jew from there. That is full of Talmudic Jews. That particular area in London, that's where a lot of them live. And the way he was describing, even when he was saying that he's got Jewish friends and Jewish people that he knows that talk about the Torah, etc., and make like claims, but he doesn't believe them because
Yeah, that was
because
suspicious.
because it goes against. So if you're not going to believe your own Jews, why what evidence could I provide you that you're going to believe? You're just not. You're just gonna constantly say, straw man, you're interrupting me. It's not sufficient evidence, and all this other nonsense you were saying. But honest, on one point that I do agree with him. It is the point that he made about Torah not being corrupted, because that's what obviously Torah is for us as the Old Testament,
Yeah.
what we call the Old Testament, and we know from historical fact that Torah, or the Old Testament, if you want to call it that, um, has not been changed, has been fully preserved, and we know that from the Dead Sea Scrolls. They've been found in 1947 that date back to 3rd century BCE. So we know that they've been perfectly preserved. So I do agree with him on that point, but the rest you just babbling other nonsense. But yeah, what point was we on with the Muslim fella? I think it was about um the Kaaba. The Kaaba it was. Yeah, it was the Kaaba, wasn't it? So you
Yeah,
want
Blackstone,
the
yeah.
Statue of Law.
yes,
It was more
okay.
specifically the Blackstone, to be
Hold
honest with you.
on. Yes, 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 yes.
So regarding the Statue of Allah, there is none like him. So his hand isn't like your hand,
Okay,
right?
I don't
Whatever
disagree.
he
Wait, let him speak.
Sorry.
whatever attributes he has will not be like yours. So to make a statue out of that will not like it won't work because there is none like him. You can't replicate it.
Okay, so would you agree that a dog has two hands?
Yes.
Okay, but they're not human hands, so they're still hands, no? But with your
Yeah.
initial agreement with yes, there's no hands like it, that's fine. But then why is there a statue of Mr. Allah in your Kaaba? That's
Honestly,
a depiction.
I'm not sure about that. I think
Did you manage to do any research while the Jews were going on at all?
Yeah,
no.
here's the hadith about the black stone that will testify for you on the day of judgment. Uh, hold on. There you go. And
I was gonna say, did you provide the hadith number in the
yep, I did.
I don't see it, to be fair, mate. Oh, Ibn Majah 2944.
Oh wait, hold on. I posted in the debate chat, and
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, it's
and here you
2944.
go. And there's the other one. It talks about touching and kissing or pointing to the black stone. So how is that not idolatry? Explain that to me. How is you kissing and touching the black stone, who is, as you say, is not Allah and is just a stone? How could a stone forgive your sins? That's paganism. You know yourself that's paganism.
I'm reading one sec.
I'll also provide you with a hadith where Mr. Muhammad's follower also said that the black stone does nothing for him, but he only does it because Muhammad did it.
Yeah, yeah. I'll provide them the two. There's two Sahih al-Bukharis for this. There's not just one. There's two
Yeah.
for the point that you just made.
So that's like another contradiction.
It's not really
Yeah,
a
well,
contradiction, it's more the fact that they believe in Muhammad more than they believe in Allah.
because they pray directly to Muhammad during their prayer.
Ah,
We pray for him,
Understand.
but regarding the black stone,
No, hold on, no, hold on. You said you pray for him. No, you don't. Do you speak Arabic?
I recite it when I pray, but no, not
Okay,
really.
2 seconds. I will show you the Arabic words where you address him directly as you would address Allah. 2 seconds. This will take me a little bit of a while for search.
Carry on
well,
with your point.
as I was saying, so there will be many things that will argue for you on the day of judgment, not only the black stone, as far as I know,
Yeah.
right? And the black stone doesn't what's it called? It doesn't forgive your sins. So it's not idolatry. It's sunnah, and it's just sunnah to kiss it and touch it.
Okay.
Okay, but it says it will forgive you your sins. So how can the black
Where?
stone forgive you sins? That's idolatry, bro.
Where does it say that it'll forgive your sins? I didn't. I happened to pass by that part apparently.
No, okay, I'll get that for you. I was showing you all the other stuff. I'll get that for you. But hold on, I'm showing you about the stuff. I don't want to jump from topic to topic. I want to show you first about praying to Muhammad,
Okay.
because you make a dua. You know what dua is?
Yeah, dua.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Could you explain it? Because I don't know.
So
what dua is.
yeah, I'll let the Muslim guy explain because he knows better than me since he's Muslim.
So as far as I know, there are two types of prayer in Islam: dua, asking something of Allah, and the prayers are an obligation. And dua is what you ask of Allah. It can be done at any point, however many times you want to do it. As far as I know.
Sorry, I didn't understand. Is it like a prayer? A type of
So
prayer?
no,
Yes,
so you're
it's a type
praying
of
to
prayer.
Allah for benefits, really. The premise.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Here you go.
Yeah, hope you don't mind. I will sometimes ask to explain something because I don't really know much about Muslim faith.
That's fine. Please do. Please.
Thank you.
How did she come about, sister? Did you join our Instagram?
Yeah, I DM'd about the Discord server.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is your name Simmer by any chance?
No, Alice.
No,
Alice.
that's the other one.
Oh, on Instagram it's Clivin. It's hard to pronounce. Yeah, but it's CLLIVLIN.
Okay, I think you probably was talking to
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was myself.
Yeah. Could you elaborate it? I'm having
Wait.
trouble understanding it.
What do you mean? Could I elaborate? It's in your Sahih al-Bukhari, Volume 1. So you can literally pull the and this. So basically, even if you have a look at the second one, oh Allah, I ask you and turn to you through my Prophet Muhammad, the Prophet of mercy. O Muhammad, Ya Muhammad, I seek your intercession with my Lord for the return of my eyesight, and in another version, for my need that it may be fulfilled. O Allah, grant him intercession for me.
Yes.
So do you believe then? Is he praying directly to Muhammad to get a benefit?
He's asking Muhammad for an intercession. He's not asking Allah, he's asking Muhammad. Why is he asking Muhammad? Why is he asking Muhammad? It's a good question on everyone's minds.
I'm not sure why he's asking Muhammad.
Exactly. Me neither.
So the question is then, when you are doing that prayer, why are you also asking Muhammad for an intercession when you speak the Arabic?
How are we asking him for that?
Well, do you know the
same
Arabic?
things in Arabic?
Repeat that.
Can you translate your salat in Arabic from Arabic word for word into English? Each word from your salat.
Are you arguing about the intercession from two different?
Yeah. So
it's wrong.
Yeah. So what Muslims do is who all these people joining?
Christians just joined, and
Well,
Willie
I
Boy, I'm
want
pretty
on
sure
it.
is a Muslim.
Yeah. So what Muslims do is it's called a salat. The Muslim guy can explain what salat is since he's Muslim and he also knows better than me. So when they do their salat, they pray to Muhammad and to Allah. They say to you, basically. They don't say I pray for you or pray with you. No, to you. To you. When they talk about Muhammad at the start of their prayer.
Yeah, but in Christianity, you also ask for intercession for example, like saints or Mary.
Yeah, so it's veneration, veneration. So we don't, we never, we basically we don't pray to the saints. We pray with the saints for
Yeah.
us. Yeah, with
This is the intercession.
yeah. So we don't say to the saints, oh, I pray to you, or like basically this prayer is to you, this prayer is for you. No, the prayers to God Almighty who can provide us. But obviously we
True.
ask for the saints to pray with us and
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Forward the message.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Basically, yeah. Because
So,
obviously
so
we
in,
know as sorry, yeah, you Karen, you Karen.
in the Muslim faith, like, how is it different?
Because they address Muhammad directly
Ah.
as they do with Allah to basically
Oh,
pray.
okay.
Yeah. So they pray. So when during their salat, they speak directly to Muhammad about forgiving them their, like, either forgiving them their sins, etc., etc., wherever else they pray for. That's so basically they're asking Muhammad to forgive them sins, kind of saint for us, forgive us our sins.
Oh, okay. I get it now. I have
Yeah.
an interesting question, but I'll ask it after this debate because it's like kind of a different topic.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so the translation is, "O God, bless Muhammad and the family of Muhammad as you have blessed Abraham and the family of Abraham. You are
Show me this.
praiseworthy."
Show
Huh?
me show me the Arabic of the salat.
Like the Arabic writing?
The Arabic writing of the salat.
To be fair, no, I don't think he's actually being dishonest. I think he's just got a Muslim website up and it's ripping some JavaScript on him. But here we are.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
it's kind of a struggle to pull up a translation from Arabic.
I know.
I think he's unknowingly committing to Kia, but it is what it is, isn't it?
Right, let's have a look. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water.
That's fine. Right, hold on.
I'm back.
Hold on.
Okay.
And there you go. Let me see if I can get the Arabic for this. Right. I know a guy who can explain it better than me. You ready? Because I don't speak Arabic and I don't want to butcher what I'm saying. Because I don't want to be dishonest here. So let everyone just let me know when you can see my screen. You ready?
Yeah.
This is not gonna be good, but let's go.
Say tashahhud, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now guys, just I want you to understand. Tashahhud is when they pray and then they make the confession, the shahada. Now, in your tashahhud, 5 times a day, don't you say assalamu alayka? Finish it for me. What do you say? No, start from the part, brother, my brother humanity. Start from the part where you say assalamu alayka. Say it slowly.
Okay. Yeah. Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabiyyu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, translate for everyone. What is assalamu alayka?
It means it's a greeting. It's like peace. Peace be upon somebody.
No, it doesn't mean peace be upon somebody. You're speaking to someone directly. And what are you saying? Do I need to translate? I know what it means, but I want you to translate for everyone.
The translation is that peace and blessings, may God bless and give shower his blessings to the Prophet.
No, that's
Muhammad.
not what you said. See, you're in front of me, you're twisting it. Assalamu alayka, you're speaking to him. You're saying peace be upon you. You're not saying Allah shower peace and blessing on the Prophet. Are you not speaking to your Prophet by saying Assalamu alayka, peace be upon you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so in your prayer, you say to Muhammad, Assalamu alayka ahyu nabihu, right?
Yeah.
Okay, translate now literally. Be honest and translate it literally. I want you to translate it.
May God bless and reward the Prophet Muhammad.
So you did it again. You're lying to me. If you lie to me again, I'm going to block you. Translate accurately.
I cannot, of course, give the word-by-word translation because I actually am
Okay.
not Arab.
All right, okay, then let me help you. I'm not an Arab too. I'm a Syrian. Praise Jesus. Assalamu alayka means, in your prayer, you're saying, peace be upon you, O Prophet, right?
Yeah.
So can I ask you a question? Why are you talking to Muhammad, who's dead and he's buried in Medina? Where are you now? You said UK, right? You're in UK.
This is,
Hold on, before you
Yeah,
go
yeah.
on. Before you go on. You're in UK, right?
yes.
And your prophet's grave is in Medina, right?
Yeah.
So in UK, when you pray 5 times a day, you speak to your prophet whose body is in the grave, Medina, from the UK, and you say, peace be upon you, O prophet, and the mercy of God and his blessing. Why are you talking to him in your prayer?
Because this is the prayer is actually praying to God. It's not to the Prophet
No,
Muhammad.
that's not, you're not
And-
praying to God. You're talking to Muhammad.
Yeah, the prayer that for you to pray Salah correctly, you have to say this. You have to say Tashahhud.
Why do I have
Even
to
though-
talk to Muhammad when I'm praying to Allah? Because that means now I'm talking to Allah and Muhammad in the prayer. I'm talking to two, Allah and Muhammad. Why?
That's what we do as a Muslim tradition. It's not
Right.
because the Prophet Muhammad is one of the is the highest prophet for us, the
Ashiko,
greatest of the
Ashiko.
prophets for us.
Listen to
That's
me.
why we
Ashiko,
respect him.
Ashiko, I don't care what your tradition says. You need to use your brain and be smart and see your tradition is making you a pagan because you're talking to a dead man in your prayer as you're talking to your God. You're talking to your God and a dead prophet. Why? Prayer is supposed to be talking to Allah and it's ibadah, it's worship. Why in that prayer you talk to Allah and Muhammad?
Because it's part of the prayer to talk to the Prophet.
So your
Muhammad.
prophet
It's part-
made it part of your prayer to talk to a dead man and commit idolatry, and you still respect your prophet for doing that to you?
Right, do you want to carry on watching, or is that good enough for you? Because they just talk about it after. We can carry on watching if you want. It's up to you. But
I don't understand how you were talking to Muhammad because I'm under the impression that you are asking Allah to send peace and blessings upon the Prophet.
and that's what the Muslims love to say. But he even showed you, and that guy after admitted it when he translated it, that assalamu alayka, not assalamu alaykum, because there's a difference. Assalamu alaykum, peace be with you. Assalamu alayka, peace be, like you're talking to addressing the person directly. So yeah, like he said, explain to me why you talk to Muhammad in your prayer. Why you pray to Muhammad, bro?
So assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabiyyu, right?
Salam
That
Malaikum, not Malika.
no, I'm saying what you would say in a prayer.
Sure.
So that translates to peace be upon you, O Prophet.
No, that's
Mm.
there's a difference. We just told you it's assalamu alaikum. It translates like that in English, but in Arabic, assalamu alayka is when you directly speak to somebody. Assalamu alaikum is when you say peace be with him, or peace be upon him. He just explained it to you, and the Muslim guy agreed. I can get you loads of other different videos for this. This is not the first guy. This is not the first Muslim, and this Muslim speaks Arabic.
Okay.
But if you want us to keep going and we can keep showing you, that's fine. But look, hold on. And I've shown you here by these two. And this is narrated by a Muslim, by Shaqiq bin Salama. Not narrated by me. I'm not a scholar.
Just a separate point, by the way, Risk. So we previously discussed when we discussed together earlier that Muhammad himself called himself a false prophet. He also showed how he treated his people, aka his women. So why are you praying to someone that claimed himself to be a false prophet? What benefit does that give to you?
Repeat that, my phone.
Yeah. So we previously established how Mr. Muhammad told himself he was a false prophet, and you agreed with me. You just said you was in denial, but you still agreed with me. And then we also showed how he treated his women. So we showed you how he conducted himself, and then himself called himself a false prophet. And now we're also showing to you, as further context, that you are praying directly to Muhammad. What benefit does that give you?
I don't know.
And not only that, how many wives can you have in Islam?
We
Four.
discussed this
4.
as a minimum.
Okay, how
4.
many? What do you mean as a minimum? No, you can have up to 4.
No, it's in marriage. It is generally a minimum of 4, but it's
Hold
fine.
on.
Are you trying to fact check me here? How many wives did Mr. Muhammad have?
Yeah. So Muslim supporters of polygamy, and I'm Quran verse 43, which instructs men to take as many instructs men to take as many wives as they can take care of, up to 4. Up to 4. It says up to 4. It doesn't say past 4 or minimum
Yeah,
4. It's
no,
up
but
to 4.
that's also the contradiction where they also need to follow Muhammad and his will. How many wives did Muhammad have?
11.
Yeah.
So exactly. So the Quran tells you. Now pull it up. So there you go. Quran verse 43. If you fear you might fail to give an orphan women their due rights, if you were to marry them, then marry other women of your choice, 2, 3, or 4. But if you are afraid you will fail to maintain justice, then content yourselves with 1 or those bondwomen in your possession. This is where you are less likely to commit injustice. So Muhammad tells you to have 4 wives, but he's being greedy and having 11. What's up with that? Why is he being greedy? Look, there you go. Look, and just to show you that I'm not lying, because I can send you the link. This is in the Quran.com. Look, what does this say? 2, 3, or what? Or 4? Does it say past 4? Does it say minimum of 4? No, 2, 3, or 4 wives as a maximum you can have, according to the Quran. But Muhammad said, you know what? I'll make my own rules. Let's have 11. Aisha being one of them, who was 6.
Also, that is not a healthy dynamic, like family dynamic. Any more than one wife, nah, not really.
Exactly.
Not really good psychologically for anyone in the family.
Exactly.
Okay, so after the verses were given that the limit was 4 wives, men who had more than 4 wives had to divorce them, so they would only have 4 wives, right?
But Muhammadan, he had 11. But isn't he the perfect prophet? Someone that you should, someone's an example to all Muslims.
The Prophet was given the exception since his
Oh, is he?
wife's status is that of a mother to the Muslims. So if he divorced them, then they could not marry any other man.
Okay, so
But
hold
who
on.
made
So,
that rule? Who made that rule?
yes, hold on. So he was given an exception out of everybody that he gave himself, but no one else was given the exception because he's given himself an exception because he said that's what Allah told him. So Allah told him that, oh, you're right, you can have 11. That's all right. Allah told you you can. But everyone else, 4. But Naughty Muhammad being a bit greedy.
Yeah. Does that not scream contradiction to you there, buddy? Just so you know, he also made a rule that they can't remarry. Right, what was it? Aisha died at like 60 something or 56 or something like that. No, that's when she gave her narrations. Around about 60s ish, and she couldn't remarry. She was childless, lonely, and what? Sorry, when.
But yeah. So and we can carry on. Have we touched the topic on the preservation of
Oh,
Quran
sorry,
and
yeah.
the Bible?
She was 67 years old. So Muhammad died when she was 18. So she lived a very long life, childrenless, and just very depressed. Do you think that's a healthy life? Was that justice to Aisha for the way Muhammad conducted himself? No remarrying. Was that justice to Aisha?
That's up to her.
No, it's
Oh
not
no,
up to her.
it's not up
It's
to
not
her.
up to her.
You can't say it's up. How
That's
can you say it's up to her when he said she can't remarry? When he gave the rule of no, you can't remarry.
if she was happy being like that, then
Who said
No,
she was
but she
happy?
wasn't though. Who said she was happy?
who said she wasn't?
Hold on.
You're just digging yourself a hole, by the way, Risk, genuinely. We've got a woman in the chat. I've got a question for you. Let's say you was married, your husband died at 18 when you was 18. You have no children, and you die at 67 years of old, 67 years of age. How happy would you be being childrenless and unable to remarry, unable to find love?
Yeah, me personally, pretty unhappy. I mean, my personal views are that like having children is one of the most important accomplishments in life, whether biological or adopted, whatever. Just having children, preferably biological. But the thing about not being able to remarry, like I don't find it pretty good because in Christianity we have the magical till death do us apart, and that's where the earthly promise that you do say when you get married is like cancelled. So I think that this argument is pretty subjective.
I mean, not
Yeah, but
necessarily.
no, no,
Not
no, 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 no,
necessarily.
no, hold on, no,
I think that we should be focusing when it comes to women about other things, like the things that you said before. In the
no,
context of,
absolutely, I absolutely. But let's take it. Let's have a look at from Aisha's perspective. Yeah, so let's take it from Aisha's perspective. So he married her when she was 6, bedded her when she was 9. So did she really have a choice whether to marry him or not? Did she really want to
no,
marry him at the age of 6?
it's criminal.
Exactly. So when he died when she was 18, do you not think that she was basically raped as a child and probably raped throughout her whole life till she was 18, up until the point that he died? Don't you think she should have the option, because she didn't really have a choice when she was 6? She probably didn't even understand what marriage was, because I don't think me and you understood really well what marriage was. Do you not think she should have had the option to maybe, either find someone that actually loves her, and do you know what I mean? Because at the age of 6, like say for example, right? Even if we take Christianity for example, in some parts of the world right now, some weird cultists, like if they call themselves Christians, but we know that they're not, marry a 6-year-old girl and then rape her when she's 9, then die when she's 18. Do you not think the Lord would want that woman to be happy? That's the way I think in this case we got to look at it, because when she's 6, what she can't, like, no matter what vows she gave, is she mentally capable to understand the vows that she's given? Because she was still playing with dolls, and we know this from the Hadith.
It's
You know
pretty
what I mean?
interesting to me that. Oh, sorry, don't want to interrupt you.
No, sorry, no, I'm not. I'm just asking. I'm just asking a question. Sorry. Yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead. Yeah.
It's just pretty interesting to me that this is like a written, well-known fact about the Muslim scripture, that this happened, and it's like you don't question it, that it's like objectively bad, like really bad, like in any moral code and in any place on earth, it's pretty bad. And like the whole religion just kind of accepts it. And do you justify it somehow?
They do.
No.
Most
They not only
Muslims do.
justify it. They not only justify it. They practice it. Still, do you want me to show you? They still
No,
practice
not
it.
really. I mean, I believe you. No.
Hold on. All I have to do is open up my Twitter, and the first, like, pretty much the first 2 things will pop up about some. Okay, hold on. Look, I just opened up my Twitter, and these are men that actually practice Islam. This is look, and you can tell because I can't look. You can see my screen, yeah? You can see my screen.
Yeah.
Look, I can't go up anymore on Twitter. I can't. I physically can't, yeah? Look, I can't scroll up anymore. Yeah, I literally just opened it. Yeah? Because look, this is what's happening. Look, this is the first video that pops up. Them beheading an Ethiopian, and if you want to watch this full video of them beheading,
Don't show the full
yeah,
video.
let's not watch it because Nathan's also streaming. But yeah, you get the point. They're about to obviously end the poor man's life just because he's a Christian, and that is actually what their religion teaches them to do, and I can show you how it teaches them to, from the actual Quran verses. This is them actually following Islam to the T, like following it exactly how you're supposed to follow it. But if you carry on going, there's another woman that got brutally murdered because she was a Christian, and so apparently she
Man,
made
how much violence do you endure on day-to-day basis on your
Yeah.
social media?
It's so bad. Hold on, I'll show you how they actually practice this.
I was gonna say, do you still have that video of a scholar trying to justify him why it's okay and molesting children?
Oh, the Muhammad hijab. Yeah, I do. Can pull it up. There you go. Look, this is a Muslim that's been caught. Look, Muhammad Mazin. We can put the
train track slightly.
What are you here for? Get your hands away from me,
I'm
please.
putting
Right
it
now.
that's one. Then we'll carry on going. Oh, this is Christians getting killed in Egypt because they're Christian. That's what Islam teaches them. There you go.
Where in Islam does it say to kill Christians?
Absolutely. Hold
I mean,
on.
Christianity is like the most oppressed
Yep.
religious
Not even close.
in the world.
No.
No,
not
Are you
even.
sure? Look.
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
Open doors.
Are you watching my screen? Are you watching my screen?
Uh-huh. Yes.
Okay. Christian persecution at near genocide levels. Christianity is the world's most persecuted religion. How can you say the biggest nonsense just that when I can literally prove to you just from the first ever Google search about this? Do you know how many videos I have of Christians getting persecuted and how
It's
many?
really bad in Asia and in Africa.
Show
It's
open
like
doors, man. Show
really
open
bad.
doors.
Exactly. Look, just look at all this. Hold on, and I'll show you first witness accounts, testimonies. You cannot say that Christians aren't persecuted when we have first
No,
hand.
they are persecuted, of course.
No,
Every single religion is persecuted.
No,
but
don't
they say
lie.
that you're the most
Don't lie. Yes, we are the most oppressed. Yes,
No.
we are. And Muslim. Okay, do you live in a Christian country now, in a majority Christian country now? You
I
live in
live
Mexico.
in the USA.
Yes. Okay. So even USA in Mexico, they were predominantly Christian. Not until a couple of years ago, but before that they were predominantly were. Could you as a Muslim just freely follow your religion?
Yes.
Exactly. Could you carry the Quran with you in your hand?
Yeah.
Do you have to pay any extra Muslim tax?
No.
Okay. If you preach, can you have high government positions as a Muslim?
Can I have a high what?
High government positions as a Muslim.
I'm sure I'd be able to.
Yep, exactly. Because it won't matter to your religion. Okay. Can you, if you was to convert to Christianity, could you convert back? You can because you did. So your first-hand, um, your first-hand witness to this. Did anything happen to you? Did you get persecuted?
No.
Okay. Now, in under Sharia law, everything that I just told you can't happen. Christians have to pay what's called a jizya, which is a non-Muslim tax. And don't try to justify jizya, because if that was the case, how about you pay Muslim tax and we'll see how you feel. You pay extra Muslim tax, but don't worry, it's all okay. You get apparently protected, even though your churches get burnt. You can't carry a Bible in Saudi Arabia. You know what happens to you if you carry a Bible in Saudi
What?
Arabia? You get beheaded. You can't carry a Bible. Do you know what you need to wear? You need to
What?
wear a yellow headwear to signify that you're Christian. Can a Christian under Sharia law have a high government position over a Muslim?
No. Well,
No,
based on what you're saying, I'd assume no.
no,
There's a
exactly.
specific law called Dhimmi law.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's literally
the,
called
the
Dhimmi
law
law.
are the least concern of the Christians that are being tortured and killed because of their faith, and it happens like daily, and
Yes.
enormous amounts, like in 21st century today.
Look, you can't lie and say that Christians aren't the most oppressed religion in the world. Well, we know. Look, I'm showing you so many reports. So many reports. Look, Christians, 365 million Christians are subject to high level of persecution and discrimination. 1 in 7 Christians are persecuted worldwide, including 1 in 5 in Africa and 1 in 7 in Asia. You can't then say that Christians aren't the most persecuted faith in the world when we know we are. Look, Open Doors International, this is the way I showed you. Look at the persecution levels. Look at the persecution levels of Christians around the world. You can't tell me that Christians aren't persecuted. Look, extreme level
Yeah,
of
I'm not
persecution.
telling you they're not.
Okay, but you can't then say that Christians aren't the most persecuted Christian faith in the world when I just prove to you how they are.
Okay.
When you can't. Look. Okay, there's been a critical error on this website. Whatever. Let's have a look. Taking forever. Pretty sure this. I don't know what this talks about, but um,
It's
but
literally
yeah,
on Wikipedia.
yeah. It's on every look. I put what's the most oppressed religion in the world. I didn't put is Christianity the most oppressed religion in the world. No, I put what is the most oppressed religion in the world and Christianity, Christians. Religious persecution in the world is the one that we clicked on, and it said Christians. And this is the House of Commons library. This is not like this is not even this is not a Christian page. And this Open Doors International, this is a first-hand testimonies. You can find first-hand testimony just as you can on Barnabas Aid, just as you can on hold on. We've got Barnabas Aid, we've got what else do we have?
Open Doors is a good one.
Yeah, Open Doors, Christian Solidarity. These are first-hand testimonies that you can find from Christians that are being persecuted. So you can't tell me that they aren't the most persecuted faith in the world. Where do you see right now that it's owned that particularly just Muslims, right, getting persecuted in the world? And if you tell me Palestine, I will challenge you right away in that, because who else lives in Palestine that's currently
You
dying?
here.
Christian Palestinians. And what what's been happening to Christian Palestinians even before the Jews. So we condemn the IDF for what they're doing to Palestinians, but we also condemn Hamas for what they've been doing since they came into power. And you can find on these websites first-hand testimonies from Palestinian Christians how the churches were getting blown up when Hamas came into power, how they couldn't practice their faith, how when they did practice their faith they got persecuted, they either got kicked, they got like beaten in the streets, they got beheaded, etc., etc. They got the Bibles taken off them and ripped apart in front of them. They got Bibles taken off and forcefully and like burned. If they were found with the Bible, their hands would get cut off. How is that? How is that the religion of peace, as Islam likes to claim it to be? You can keep going. Oh look, there you go. Somalian, 22, strangles heavily pregnant girlfriend, 20 to death, also killing an unborn child and suspected on the killing in Sweden because his mother wouldn't approve him dating a white girl from a different culture. So because he's a Muslim from Somalia and his mom didn't approve, he just killed his pregnant girlfriend. Oh, look at this.
Nowhere there does it say he's Muslim.
Hey, Mill.
Okay, yeah, we can't show this, but this is them executed under Sharia law. All of these are Christians. Okay, it doesn't say directly he's a Muslim, but he's from a different culture. As a Muslim, if you go into this and you can read about this, he's a Muslim. I can assure you that he's a Muslim. You can read into this. So you can't try to think this. And look at this. This is what Hamas is doing. You agree with that?
No,
Carry-
I don't agree with either Israel or Palestine.
Yeah, no, exactly. So look,
Okay.
here you go again. Pakistani Muslim and free associated. Look, they're beating this woman. I don't want to keep showing this because Nathan's streaming. And then they tortured the girl, then raped her. Same here.
Okay, show
No.
in the Quran where that's okay.
Oh no, hold on. Look, and you said, oh, the lady asked me, do they still practice marrying children? Abdul Chika caught red-handed with a minor 8-year-old girl inside the bathroom, and I've got so much of this. You know?
Oh, he's a sheik. Check him out.
Yeah, look, he's a sheikh. This is your imam. This is your imam in your mosque. Look at this. So yes, they do still practice this because they followed the Prophet Muhammad, who is
Just
the
stop
best
now,
example.
stop
Yeah, okay, I don't want to. Yeah, because yeah.
Okay, so where does it say that it's okay to persecute Christians or to persecute any religion?
Absolutely, give me a second, brother. Come on now, you're digging yourself a big hole here, brother. But that's fine.
What the common thing between the Jews and the Muslims is it's their belief that they're better than other people, because as you showed in Muslims, in Jews they have a
Goyim.
name for people that are not Jewish. It's
Yes, Goyim.
Goyas, yeah, and they believe that anyone who's not Jewish should serve them. And
That's right.
that's the difference between Christianity, because in Christianity we are told to serve other people, to be for other people, to love other people, and that's the main difference between those two religions.
Yeah.
Where the first two ones tell you that you're better than others and you should like forcefully do something to make them, I don't know. But in Christianity,
Submit. Yeah, to make him submit.
Yes, submit. Thank you. I was looking for that word. But in Christianity, you are told to approach with respect and love.
To love your neighbor.
Yeah. So
And hold on. Yeah, and not only that, you mentioned the word goyim. Yeah, for Muslims, that word is dhimmi. So that word for
they actually do have a word for something like
Yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah.
Not surprised, but yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, so you know what I described to you when about how Christians live in Muslim countries?
Mhm.
That is called dhimmitude.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Well, it says, of course, it's gonna say, but that is literally called dhimmitude. Say how they can practice their religion, but can they? 'Cause I just shown you so much evidence of how they can't.
Yeah.
They're called dhimmis.
Yeah, like I just wanted to show the difference between, like, justify why I personally chose Christianity to believe in the principles of Christianity.
Yep. And look, you said where does it say that Muslims should persecute other religions? Fight against those who do not believe in Allah or in the last day, and who do not consider unlawful what Allah and his messenger have made unlawful, and who do not adopt the religion of truth, basic Islam. From those who were given the scripture, so for the Christians and the Jews, because they were given the previous scripture according to Islam, fight until they give the jizya willingly while they are humbled. Or the different translation, while they are subdued. Or a different translation, until they pay tax and agree to submit. So your book, if you was to follow your book word for word, it tells you to, and I can show you. Oh, Nathan, I sent to you before, haven't I? Where the Muslim guy, the Muslim imam, actually explains this verse, and you know what he said? He says at the end of the verse, it says, "We're giving you two good options," and I'm quoting them pretty much word for word. It says, "We gave you two good options: either you pay jizya or you convert to Islam. If you don't," and then he literally done this gesture. I don't know if you can see me on camera. He said, "If we don't, then there you go."
And
So
look at the difference of like the morality of it. Like in Christianity, I'm gonna speak only about this because that's the only thing like I have enough knowledge about. Like in Christianity, you have so much forgiveness. Judas was forgiven. Jesus forgave Judas. He forgave Peter for denying him 3 times, and it's not as aggressive and as violent as like killing other people who do not believe in what you do, but it's just when you look at like the principles, your values, and what do you believe in, like answer yourself like what do you want to believe in? Do you wanna you want to live by revenge or by proving others that they are worse than you, that you are better than them, or do you want to live by the laws of forgiving and loving one another?
I think that's a question for you, by the way, Risk.
I mean, you don't have to answer that. It's just something to think about, because like we somehow have to survive this life on Earth, and we can choose what do we believe in. And we personally, like us three, I believe that we believe in that we deserve forgiveness and we are good enough, even if we do something wrong, and that is like core of our beliefs. So I think that is beautiful, and it's something that everyone should live by because it's objective truth, you know.
Melanie speaking.
We
Oh,
can.
sorry. Sorry. Yeah. I was sorry. Just to ask them, I absolutely agree with what the sister says. Like, beautiful words, by the way.
Thank you.
And very well put. But just to ask the Muslim, what are your actual? Because we've shown you how Islam's false, and we can keep going. By the way, I've still got about 5 hours worth in me of proving how Islam's false. But never mind. We'll just step that aside for a minute. What are your actual issues with Christianity? Like, what are your actual stopping you from being a Christian? You tell me.
I'll tell you that in a bit.
Okay.
Wait, actually, no, I'll tell you that right now. So what's stopping me personally from being a Christian is I don't find it convincing enough for me to genuinely believe in
Find
it.
what convincing. What don't you find convincing about
Most of
Christianity?
it in general.
Like what? Like what? You have to pinpoint, because when you say most of it, like what's most of it?
Well, again, the fact that I've been given no proof of
Can I just say
these
something
specific.
about the thing that generally it's not convincing? From what I've gathered from my experience and from talking with other people, the most difficult thing about Christianity is accepting that you are worth of unconditional love. And this is in modern age so abstract to people that they deny it. Like sorry for getting philosophical and or anything, but when I hear someone say that they generally don't find it convincing, I usually come to conclusion in those discussions that people do not believe that they are deserving of like love, unconditional love. And that is literally why we believe in Jesus, because he died. He literally died for our sins. And it's so hard as a person with moral code and with God, I'm sorry, I can't find right
No,
words
you're
right now.
doing very well.
Thank you.
Honestly,
But
you
it's
don't
so,
have to say like fancy words. Just say how you think.
yeah, but it's so hard. Conscious of, with our conscience, yeah, that was what I'm thinking about. It's so hard to believe that, because the world that we live in is filled with much less love than it should be. Uh,
Yep.
so it's just abstract. And the point of faith is literally faith. You have to believe in it, because there you will find no proof of that. You have to believe that you are worthy of conditional love. And furthermore, I personally believe when you think about life and why are you alive and what is the sense of being here, it is love. And the point of Christianity is love. I know it might sound cheesy, but it's literally comes to this and only this. There is nothing else.
Yep. And no, and not only that, right? So you said you don't find it convincing, and you don't you, you don't find any like proof for Christianity. But what proof do you have for Islam? What proof is there of Islam? What historical proof is there of Islam? And what the book teaches you and tells you? What historical proof is there? What do you go off by when you say that there's no proof for Bible? What do you go off by for the Quran?
What do you mean?
So you said that you don't find enough evidence for Christianity. Is that right?
Yes.
So what evidence do you find for Islam?
I know that like this entire argument that I've had, at least with Imam Logic, the entire argument I've had with him at least is that there are contradictions in the Quran and Hadith, right? But I don't find them convincing enough, and I could admit that I might be in denial, but I don't find those convincing enough.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Maybe
that's fine. I can keep showing
no.
you, right? I can keep showing you. So you said that this is what you said. You said that you find the Quran more convincing than the Bible. What if I show you? So what do you not think that the Bible is preserved, or do you not believe that the miracles that the Bible talks about actually happened?
I don't believe some of the miracles in the Bible actually happened,
What miracles do you not believe?
such as Jesus being crucified and
That's not a
risen from
miracle. That's not a
the
miracle.
death.
Okay, that is a miracle. How do we know that he was risen from the dead? It's
Yeah.
again, it's not only from Christian accounts. It's also from the Roman accounts and from the Jewish accounts at the time. Do you know who lived in that area? The Pharisees. You know who the Pharisees are?
Not really.
Okay. So Pharisees are basically people that denied Christ. They were like modern day. They're basically like the modern day Jews now that you have. They denied Christ. But they still wrote how Jesus wasn't there after 3 days, and their thought was, oh yeah, the apostles, and same with the Romans, that the apostles took the body somewhere and hid it and buried it somewhere else. That was their thing. Now, let me ask you this: what do the apostles gain from going out and burying the body somewhere else? Did any of the apostles gain any fame?
No, I'm pretty sure they were killed.
Exactly. So why would they go and com- make a complete lie, and all of them agree on this lie, and all of them and go and die for this lie? Like, if we use your logic, if we use just logic, would you die for a lie?
No.
Thank you.
There's also this argument in the scriptures that the first people who discovered that first the testimonies of people who discovered that the tomb was empty were women, and in the times being, nobody would take the testimonies of women seriously. So that's just another anecdote that proves that there wasn't like an inherent political like destination. God, there wasn't like a political motive to this. This was just stated facts.
Yeah. And not only that, we have. Do you know the Red Sea parting from Moses?
Yeah.
Do you want me to show you archaeological evidence of that?
As a
Ah,
Muslim, I believe in that.
yeah, but where'd you get that from?
The Quran.
No, you didn't. Where did the Quran get that from?
Just God. That's what I believe in.
No, you got it from the Old Testament. Even talks about that.
No, because Muhammad was illiterate. He could have not plagiarized it.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. They've got it from the Old Testament. That you just confirmed my point.
How? How?
Because is from the previous revelations of Allah. Is the to you according to the Injil and the Torah are they not previous revelations of Allah?
Yes.
That's one of the previous revelations of Allah. So do you know that they use the Bible for archaeology? And it's never the Bible that they use for archaeology. It's never once has contradicted, because if it has, you know that it will be all over the news now. But your Quran makes claims that are completely false, and I'll give you one. Muhammad has split the moon in half. Can you show me evidence of this? Because I can show you archaeological evidence of the Bible miracles, but can you show me where Muhammad split the moon in half? Because that would be the biggest event in the world that would be written about today, and everyone would be Muslim right now. If we know, if everyone if people wrote about Muhammad, if there's historical evidence about Muhammad splitting the moon, not even, I don't even care about the physical evidence, right, of having a crack on the moon. No, I'm not even asking you for that, because you probably believe that Allah can put it back. That's fine. I'll give you that. But I want evidence, historical evidence of writings across the world where it says the moon was split in half. Nowhere.
Paintings or anything like that.
No, nowhere. Not a single source, not a single painting that depicts a moon being split in half around the time that Muhammad lived and when the supposed event happened. So how could you believe that? How could you? So Quran makes a claim, and you're gonna go along with the claim without fact checking it. But I fact check my Bible, and I go with the evidence that it provides. I don't just go off by pure, like, sheep-minded logic of following. No, we fact check the Bible. Is the Bible reliable? Is it a reliable historical source? Yes. Bible's used for archaeology. We have Bible archaeological evidence of the Red Sea parting, Noah's Ark, etc., etc., all these different things that the Bible talks about. We have evidence of that. We have evidence of the Pharisees. Not the Pharisees. Who are the people that lived at the time? Thingy. Oh, I forgot what they're called. We have evidence of the Gomorrah. We have evidence of got top of my head. But basically, we have so much evidence from the Bible, archaeological evidence, historical evidence. But yet, Quran makes a claim, and you want to go ahead and follow that, because even though you can't prove that, and there's no physical proof of that, but you find that more resourceful than the Bible. Like, make that make sense to me. Can you see what I mean? Hello?
I'm finding you evidence. Give me a sec.
What, of the moon being split in half? I can tell you now. I've had this conversation, Nathan. When was it? Like 2 days ago? With the Muslim. Yeah, with the Muslim. And we was there for 4 hours. And you know how much evidence he found?
How much?
0. after 4 hours that we was talking, because he kept looking for it and was on different topics, back and forth while he was looking, and he couldn't find a single evidence. And I can show you my DMs now, because after he blocked me on Instagram. And when I kept asking him for this evidence, so he said his last message to me was, well, let me get it for you. Hold on. Oh, Nathan, where is he on the messages? Because that guy was that guy was absolutely hilarious. Oh, he's removed this, isn't he?
We should still be able to see the DMs, no?
I don't know. I'm trying to look for it. I showed it to Artis the other day, but is it Daniel? Is it this guy? Oh yeah, his last message to me was.
What's his name?
no.
I can bring it up on the screen.
Oh yes. There you go. So my last message to him was, "Are you still running?" And he put, "You don't know what patience is," and then he's not replied to me ever since. And that was Monday. So he's still looking for the evidence. So you can keep looking, but I'm telling you, you'll be here like forever.
Okay.
You'll be what they call a stuck for Allah. You'll get stuck for Allah. And we don't want that. We don't want you to get stuck for Allah. But while you look for that, let's have a chat with the sisters. So, how was you a born Christian then, or did you become a Christian, or how did you found your faith? How did you find your faith in Christ? If you don't mind me asking.
I was... Sorry, I thought you said sister, and I thought.
Oh, I'm sorry, my phone.
Yeah. Carry on. Yeah. Sorry, I was talking to the lady. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's alright.
Yeah, so I was raised Christian by my mom because my dad's an atheist.
Yeah.
I sort of grew up in a household where we had like two different views. And I think my father is a wise man, maybe not in a spiritual area, but he finds his ways. But yeah, I always went to church. I've always been Christian, but I like to say that I really started to believe about like 2 years ago, when I truly realized what it meant to be Christian, and I really started to get into it. I like to think that I have it real easy because of the fact that I was that my mom was bringing me to church, because I sort of had this discipline when it comes to going to mass and listening to everything that was said and experiencing it. Like I said, I truly understood what was going on, like not really that long ago.
Yeah.
But, better late than never.
Yeah. So just to ask, because I know that obviously in Poland you have mostly in the east they're mostly Orthodox, and obviously towards the west they're more Catholic. So what?
Oh no, we don't have Orthodox here in Poland.
Because I thought that you guys did, because I remember seeing something about Orthodoxy in Poland.
It's a minority.
Is it?
Yeah. No, I mean Poland is slowly becoming like an atheist kind of country.
Yeah,
especially where I live. I live in the northern eastern side, northern western side of Poland, really near Germany. So
is that Krakow?
No, Szczecin.
Oh, okay.
Near the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Krakow is like on the opposite end.
Oh right, is it? Yeah, I did get it mixed up. I did think after. I was like, is it in the east? But I thought I'll try my luck.
Yeah. So I like I'm really glad that I ended up in a place like this, because like I said, I do not have any friends that are religious or do believe, because it's, especially in my city, very rare to find someone who's interested in that and is actually a believer. But yeah, I try to live as a newborn Christian.
Absolutely. God bless.
I do not have like a very interesting testimony. Well, maybe I do have an interesting testimony, but it's for another day. It's not as dramatic as anyone else's, but it is mine.
Yeah. Listen, like whatever you might not think that it's big, but to other people, you know, it might be completely different because people find Christ in different ways. Like the gentleman that's there on the page with Nathan or Imam Logic, um, he was an atheist before all his life, up until a few months ago. And
Good
he's
to have
actually
you
got
back, brother.
yeah, and he's got a really good testimony. Um, so he recently turned to Christ.
That's great. That's
Yes. So
such a great thing to hear.
I know. You know what? And the more people I talk to, I think the more people are starting to realize and are starting to wake up, especially with like. And what I am happy to see is a lot of Muslims are starting
Mhm.
to see what actually, you know, their cult-like religion teaches, unfortunately,
Yeah.
and they're starting to see the truth, which is good. We spoke to Muslim on our stream not long ago, didn't we, Nathan?
Yeah.
And I messaged him again today just to see if he's got any other questions, and I think he got marinated in his head, and he's starting to, I think, see it
You know, the most important part is planting the seed. And
exactly
from what I've gathered from debates, you can't really change the views that people germinated inside of them and
on
believed
the
it their
spot. No,
whole
you
life.
can't.
Yeah. You need to give them space, a little space, so they think it through.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah.
it's because we're as humans, and and I do this. I know that I do this. And I know that I myself am like that. We're proud and we don't want to admit that we're
Mhm.
wrong.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah. The
this,
pride is like the most difficult thing to
yep,
get over. Like it's
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. Well, while he looks at that, do you have you do you know that all the prophecies that Jesus fulfilled? Do you want me to show you? I don't know if you ever seen this. I thought it was really interesting when I looked at this and actually seen that all the prophecies that Jesus fulfilled. Nathan, have I sent you this? Haven't
I
I?
think you did,
Hold
but I
on.
think it was a while ago, to be fair. Yeah.
It was. There you go. Have you seen this? So these are all the prophecies that Jesus fulfilled from the Old Testament to the New. So see the virgin birth from Genesis, etc., etc. Have you read into this by any chance or known about this? Sorry, I'm asking you, sister, if you can hear me still.
Oh yeah. I'm
I don't
sorry.
I don't know what your name is.
Alice.
Sorry.
Alice.
Oh, Alice. Nice to meet you, Alice. I'm Milan.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you. So yeah, have you seen this before? I don't know if you can see my
Not in
screen.
a list like that, but it's pretty interesting.
Do you want me to send it?
Yeah, of course.
Because some people that I showed this to, they find this really interesting and they want to actually look
Yeah,
into this.
that seems pretty useful. I
So
mean, I
with
do believe it, but
yeah.
already.
So no, it's just because
I like to argue with people, so I'm gonna use that for sure.
because not a lot of people actually know all the prophecies that Jesus fulfilled
Yeah.
um from the Old Testament to the New, and these are all of the ones that, especially the Isaiah one, and what I told about to the guy, the Isaiah 53 one.
Hmm.
Um, that is, hold on, let me see if I can get it up.
Just
Isaiah
come to the
53
left,
was,
mate. Come to the left.
It's on the left, I
yeah,
think.
yeah. I'm trying to find there goes Isaiah 53:7.
Mhm.
So he was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as sheep before his shearers is dumb, so he opened not his mouth. And hold
Mhm.
on, let me get the Isaiah 53 up because the whole chapter talks about basically prophesizing Jesus's. Oh no, this is just Jews. We don't want Isaiah 53 Bible. So who has believed in who has believed our message, and to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? He grew up before him like the tender shoots and the root tree of a dry mouth. He had no beauty or majesty to attract us to him, nothing in his appearance that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected by mankind, a man of suffering and familiar with pain, like one from whom people hide their faces. He was despised, and we held him in low esteem. So that's obviously talking about how Jesus was treated. As we know, how this is exactly how Jesus was treated. He was rejected by the Pharisees, rejected by Gentiles, rejected by a lot of Romans, etc. Rejected by normal Jews. Surely he took up our pain and bore our suffering, yet we considered him punished by God, stricken by him and afflicted, but he was pierced for our transgressions. So, because you know that after Jesus was, when he was put on the cross, he was also he was speared
Oh yeah, of course.
into his side. Yeah, so this is what it talks about. But he was pierced. So this is written about 1,000 years before Jesus, by the way, the Isaiah scroll.
Yeah, I pulled up my Bible so
Yeah.
I can read it in my native language.
Yeah, that's fine. So, but he was pierced for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. We
Mm.
all, like sheep, have gone astray. Each of us has turned to our own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. So,
I'm sorry to interrupt. I have to go, but I will find you it. I promise.
brother,
You've been searching for a very long time.
Yeah, he's like the other guy. Look, this is what happens. This is what You'll find it, though. You'll
I
find
think
it.
the seed has been planted. I think
Yeah.
that okay, we have to. He admitted that he's delusional. Even though
I'm not gonna lie with you. Earlier, he literally said he called Muhammad a false prophet. So, but here we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, sister.
But yeah, I think you're right, Alice. I think we have planted the seed, though, and hopefully it'll marinate in his head a little bit, and he'll actually get thinking. But
yeah, hopefully.
let's see that if did he leave? He sounded pretty young too, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
From what I understand about nowadays, which is what is unfortunate, that a lot of young guys are sort of indoctrinated into Islam by their friends, because a lot of the Islam say, "Oh, Islam's the true religion," etc., etc., and then that's what they're indoctrinated by. So it is unfortunate, but I think he left the Discord actually, which is has he?
No.
Oh no, he's still here. No, he's still here. He's still
Oh,
here.
that's good.
Okay, he's still here. But
He was pretty defeated the whole time, honestly.
this is how it is, unfortunately. But Willy Boy, you've been here for obviously all this time. He's not muted, is he, Willy Boy? No. Does Willy Boy
No.
have?
You've came in towards the end, brother. I mean, we were literally I debated with a lot of topics. I mean,
Yeah, that was
I
a
can
great.
I can drop you the link to the YouTube if you want to look back at the debate.
But what is Willy Boy? Are you a Muslim?
He is a Muslim, yes.
He is a Muslim. Okay. What? I don't know if you can you hear us? Just
Yeah,
even if you don't want to.
to. Mic. He doesn't speak good English.
Okay. Put in chat what you thought about the conversation. I don't know if you can. Oh, we're here for a debate. Oh, okay. So the debate just finished. Have you not seen him? Okay,
He joined for a while.
No, okay, that's fine. So I'll just give you the last thing that we left on, which is I asked the other Muslim guy to provide me evidence of Muhammad splitting the moon in half. Whether that's historical evidence, obviously there's no physical evidence of the moon being split in half. So I want you to provide me historical evidence, please, of the moon being split in half. Because if we made that claim in the Bible and we couldn't prove that claim, you Muslims would have a field day with our Bible to say it's all false, etc. But when you Muslims make that claim, we want to hold you to the same standard. Okay, there was witnesses next to Muhammad. That's only in the Hadith. That's only in the Hadith. No. This is not what I'm asking you for. I'm not asking you for your Hadith. I don't care about your Hadith. I want you to provide me historical evidence of either the Romans living there at the time, the Christians living there at the time, the Jews living there at the time, the Arab pagans living there at the time, the Chinese, the South Americans, the Eastern Europeans, the Western Europeans. Because if this event was to take place, yeah, listen, your hadith makes that claim that they're all converted, but can you back it up? You can't back up a hadith using that hadith. No, Quran makes a claim. I want you to back up that claim. Otherwise, the claim that the Quran and the hadith make are false. You can't back up the Quran with the Quran. You need to fact check the Quran. And when the Quran makes a massive claim like this, a massive claim, and this is one of the biggest claims you could make, you best believe that you best back it up. Otherwise, your entire scripture is just... Am I supposed to try and travel? No, I'm asking you for historical evidence of documented. Like, I want you to show me paintings, manuscripts. Your hadith is not evidence. Your hadith is there to indoctrinate people into Islam. That's not evidence. Hadith is not evidence. Nor is your Quran the evidence, because look at all the Chinese gods, look at all the Indian gods. They make claims about their gods. Do you believe what they say about their gods, about all the claims that they make? They believe their gods turn the sun red. Do you believe that? No. Why? Because we don't have any evidence of that. So the Quran makes the same claim as all these other religions. I want you to provide that evidence now. Simple as. Because that's like me saying, oh yeah, I can fly, but I won't show it you, but you have to believe me. Would you believe me? Alice, would you believe me? If I say I could fly, but I'm not going to show you, but you just have to believe me. Would you take my word for it? Or would you actually want me to show you that I can fly? Or any videos of me any videos of me flying, or some other people writing about me flying? Or would you just take my word for it?
I'm sorry, my internet connection is pretty bad, and
Okay, no, that's fine.
it glitched for the first part of the sentence. So could you repeat it, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just trying to give you an example of the claim that the Quran makes, right? And I'm trying to give you sort of like a similar claim to if someone else was to make it. So the Quran makes a claim that Muhammad went up to the moon and split it in half, right? So broke the moon in half. Now,
why would he do that though?
Yeah. Apparently he did that to prove to others that he's a true prophet. But yet we have no historical evidence of this. No historical evidence. We don't have any historical evidence from anywhere in the world. Nor China, nor North America, nor South America, nor Europe, nor Africa. Nothing. Right? So that's like me saying, I can fly, but I won't show you that I can fly, but you have to believe me. So would you just believe me, or would you want someone to either show you a video of me flying, or
I would rather see it with my own eyes, but
or even if you don't see it with your own eyes, but would you rather be at least to believe me, written by somebody, by people that saw me fly, or actual video of me flying, or would you just take my word for it?
Yeah, I wouldn't probably.
Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, he just said the moon isn't visible to all the earth at the same time. Yes, we know that, but it happened in Saudi. It happened in Saudi Arabia, which is pretty much the Middle East. So, in using that logic, people in Africa should be able to see that. People in Asia should be able to see that. The Christians and the Jews living in Palestine, around Arabia, in Turkey, Eastern Europeans, Western Europeans, should all be able to see that. So why is it not written? See how you not making any argument here for yourself. Can you read the chat, by the way, Alice, to what he's saying? So he replied with, the moon isn't visible to all Earth at the same time. We know that.
Yeah, I see it.
Like, is that sufficient evidence as to, oh yeah, we should believe Muhammad split the moon?
It's just a quick comeback with no substance behind it. So
Thank you. This is typical, and this is what the Muslims do. This is typical Muslim logic. Yeah, I know this is part of your faith, and this is me showing you how ridiculous your faith is, because I can show you stuff from my Bible that's historically accurate, archaeologically accurate. We use the Bible for archaeology. Why would you use the Bible for archaeology if the Bible's false? Yeah, we're not asking you. No, there's a difference here. There's a difference here. There's a difference here. Well, we actually know that the sea's been split. We know that the sea's been split, and you get the sea being split from the Torah. You get that from previous revelations of Allah. So all the previous revelations of Allah, so the Torah and according to the Injil, you can back them up, but the Quran appears, and you just have to take its word for it. What? Can you not see how brain dead that sounds? That's the most like. I'm just seeing what he has to say because it's going to be hollow than nothing.
Yeah.
You also believe in Torah? No, I don't. How do I believe in Torah without the evidence? You want to prove you the evidence from the Torah, or for me, what we call the Old Testament? Do you want me to prove the evidence from the Old Testament?
well, sometimes we have
Okay.
to.
Right,
Okay, hold on. I'll pull it up. You can see. Can you see my screen? Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see screen.
No, the other guy, the Willy boy.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is. So we have this kingdom of Uratu. We have all these evidence for the actual kingdom. Well, wait for it to load. Noah's Ark, Mount Sinai. There you go. There's Noah's Ark, and they've went into underneath all these as actual wood, and it is exactly dimensions how the Bible talks about it. And there you go. Look, there's all the underneath. You can read about this, by the way, all you want. I can link you the website. The ancient Egyptians and the Exodus. And yeah, so I now prove to you about the Old Testament and all the stuff in the Old Testament. Now you show me. Oh, you're talking about sea splitting? Okay, sure. And I'm pretty sure.
The amount of tabs that you have open is.
I know it's crazy because you know why? Because I do this like nearly every day. There you go. So.
Yeah, literally doing the God's work.
So we'll have this. Here you go. So this is about the path to the Red Sea. There's the burnt sand. There's also burnt sand and burnt feet marks in the sand. You have the pillar that's described in the Bible. You have the crossing where it happened and the sea split, and there's actual like geo. What's that guy that we spoke with, Nathan? He's a geo. His
what do you call it?
Geothermal or something. Like
No,
yeah.
you want about the
Geological? No, not geological.
Geologist.
Yeah. So we spoke to a geologist who's an atheist, by the way, and he admitted of the Red Sea splitting. So there you go. And also here's the artifacts from the chariots. There's also like helmets, etc., of the Egyptians after the Red Sea split and the Red Sea closed on the Egyptians. And that's all their stuff in there. The chariots, and you know that they belong to Egyptian chariots because only Egyptians had that chariot at the time. And there's the bones that date back to obviously Egyptians. There's where it happened. So There you go. So now I prove to you. Yeah. No. Wait, what? It said, bro, there's also the line on the line on the moon. Is that what you just said? There's the line on the moon, because I will absolutely demolish you on that claim. If you even if you dare say that, you will get absolutely destroyed on that claim. Make that claim. Make that claim and watch. Because this has not only been refuted about the line on the moon by it's been refuted by NASA, by all the other space agencies. That Muslims say, oh yeah, there's a crack on the moon. There's no crack. You want me to prove it to you? You want me to prove it to you? You want me to prove it to you? Willy boy, do you want me to prove it to you? Yes or no? Do you want me to prove it to you now? Yes or no? Because I proved everything to you so far. So are you calling me a liar? Are you calling me a liar? This guy thinks I'm a liar. What's not evidence? Okay. Well, so okay, so show me evidence then of the moon being split in half, which is what I'm asking you for. That's what I want from you. I want evidence of the moon being split. You're the third or the fourth Muslim I ask this. Yeah, it's part of your. Listen. It's part of your faith. But if your faith is, look, the Chinese believe in their gods. That's their faith. Is that true faith or false faith? The South Americans believe in their faith, in their gods, and in their sun gods. Is that true faith or false faith? Exactly. So we need to, if it's part of your faith, we need to fact check that. We need to fact check that claim, because the truth is not subjective. The truth is objective. There can only be one truth. There can't be, oh yeah, this is my truth, this is your truth. That's not how it works. There's only the truth. It's simple as that. So when the Quran makes outlandish claims, the Quran best back up them claims. Otherwise, the Quran is false. Alice, do you know what? Can you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, absolutely.
Does that not make sense? But Muslims love to do this. They're just going to be in circle and circle and circle.
It's okay, man. They're committing Hajj. They're just running around the Kaaba, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about the objective truth. Like, the amount of times that I've stumbled upon people who do not believe in objective truth is like terrifying, because like, how can you debate with how can you like have a valid conversation with someone who doesn't believe in truth?
Exactly. So what do you just put? Some things you believe in, that's what believing is. Yeah, but what Christians believe.
Some of those things are objectively true.
Okay.
Some people believe that gravity doesn't exist. Or like, you can believe in anything that you want, but it doesn't change the fact that there is one truth. There's one principle that is true.
Yeah, so what you're saying is that, so you just told me basically that you're just blindly following and you're a sheep. That's what you just told me. You're just blindly following what your Quran and your Hadiths tell you without actually fact checking. That's called being in a cult. That's a cult. You're in a cult. You just prove to me that you just blindly follow. That's what it literally means to be in a cult. Because your faith literally fits all the descriptions of a cult. Do you know what most of the cults say if you leave their cult? There's a law of apostasy, which means you get killed if you leave the cult. What is it in Islam if you leave Islam? Oh yeah, you get killed. Like, you literally just prove to everyone that you just blindly believe in what the Quran's telling you. Like, if the Bible made that claim, yeah, if the Bible made the claim of the moon being split in half, you best believe all the Muslims will be jumping on that. But when it's for Muslims, oh yeah, it's a different way. Because of logic. What logic? You just said you blindly follow. You're not using logic. You just told me that you're blindly following. What logic are you using to follow the Quran if you can't back up the claims that it's making? You're not using logic. Where's the logic of the moon being split? Can you see how silly you sound?
I love the logic argument. We have in Poland there is one priest that makes YouTube videos about like theological issues, and he, I cannot explain it the way he does, especially in English, but he says that the essence of faith is reason. Reason comes from God. It's emotions that come from people, and it's emotions that cause us to seem to be unhappy, to be not perfect.
Yep.
Maybe not the best way to put it, but reason comes from Christian God, and like this whole debate that we are having just proves it, just shows it, like on
Yes.
on a page. And I regret that I cannot. I need to watch it again and like memorize it the way he's saying. But it's so good that he explains that, like what I said, like in a big shortcut, that the reason is what comes from God, the logic and the reason. It's us people who corrupt it with our emotions, with our flaws and our complexes and everything like that.
Yep. Exactly. So okay. So look, he just said. Look at the point. Look at this other point they just made. It's a miracle. That's how miracles work. Okay. So we have miracles in the Bible that have first-hand testimonies that were written either by people or that are archaeologically accurate or that are historically accurate. So in this case, when the Quran makes a claim about a miracle, and it talks about that this miracle is to show that Muhammad is the true prophet. Listen, this is Dawah nonsense. You know who this guy is? He talks about the biggest nonsense. You really think I'm going to be watching this guy when Sheikh Uthman? I know who Sheikh Uthman is. When he's been destroyed in every single debate. You know how much nonsense this guy talks. You know how much nonsense this guy talks. So,
wait, is this the guy who tells you that he can lie to his wife?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This is the guy that tells you to commit taqiyya, by the way. So you're telling me to listen to a guy that tells you to commit taqiyya. So Alice, taqiyya, what it means in Islam is that you can lie about Islam to bring people closer to Islam. That's what it's called, taqiyya.
Yeah, that's just twisted. Like, what?
Exactly.
What's the logic? When you seek the truth as a human being, how can you come to truth through lying? And
you can't. That's
yeah,
exactly. Wait, I'm making things up. I'm making things up, or is the Quran making things up? So your Quran says, and I can quote this to you, that the moon was split in half by Muhammad to show that Muhammad is a true prophet. Okay, so let's use that logic. So we want to know that if Muhammad was a true prophet. Okay, we know according to the Quran, he split the moon in half. Why is there no historical evidence? Wouldn't there be historical evidence for the moon split? For the moon split, yeah? For the moon split, to then, for us to know that he is the true prophet. Wouldn't that make sense? But yet there's nothing. Where, I'll watch this, but I'm gonna laugh. I won't lie to you, I will laugh. I will laugh. How ridiculous this guy
The
is.
splitting and uniting of the moon in a single night, something that is very extraordinary. It's not a naturally occurring event. This was a miracle. This was a sign from the creator of the universe that this man, Muhammad, peace be upon him, is a true prophet of God. But
yeah, look, even he says, this is a miracle to show that Muhammad was a true prophet of God. Okay, so we want to know if Muhammad's a true prophet of God. I want to know about this miracle because I know about the miracles in the Bible and how they are true. Because we have either first-hand account, first-hand witnesses. So I want to know if Muhammad is a succession from Jesus. So how can we back up this claim? What can we back up this claim with? Because look, if a moon was split there now, you know how many people would write about it? Not only where I live, but also around the whole world, around pretty much the whole of like the Western Hemisphere would write about it now. Yeah, so in that time, everyone, and this is known, everyone was always documenting stuff for historical
it's Maimonides
purposes.
again.
For historical purposes. So why didn't the pagans of Arabia write about this? And I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. I'm just talking about the people that lived in the area. Why didn't the pagans of Arabia write about this? Why didn't the Jews that lived in the area write about this? Why didn't the Canaanites that lived in the area write about this? Why didn't the Christians that lived in the area write about this? And I'm just talking about the area. I could then go on to China. Why didn't the Chinese write about that? Why didn't the Western Europe write about that? Why didn't the Eastern Europe write about that? Why didn't the North Africa write about that? Why didn't the Ethiopians, who were well known for documenting history, and especially documenting prophetic history, why didn't they write about that? That's the question I want to know.
Where is it
So that's the evidence that I'm asking you for, by the way, not this idiot.
likely that somebody could have seen it other than Arabia? Well, there could have been reports, no doubt, out of places like India by a king of Kerala, of southern India, that saw this, and later when he met Muslims, he became a Muslim. The Portuguese...
Okay, so this guy is known for lying, and I'll show you, because he just said about the king, the Indian king, yeah, and we'll show you the evidence, because this guy's known to commit taqiyya. Are you ready?
He also said that there could have been evidence, not that there were any. Or did I
Yeah,
misread it?
no, but this guy, that exact. So when when this guy says something, you best fact check it, because when you fact check it, this guy always lies. So you put Indian king who witnessed the moon splitting.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's go back. Because the moon splitting, they actually got from an Indian guy that was 200 years before Muhammad, and that's where they've got this from, by the way. Arab news. I don't want to look. Islam news. Hold on. Where is it? I think this might have something. Let's have a look. There you go. There you go. Here we go. About that Indian king. So Indian king witnesses it and becomes the first Muslim convert to Islam. That's what your guy just said, by the way. That's what your guy just said, and you can't tell me that's not what he said. Hold on 2 secs. Let me find it. Oh, this is just. Oh, this is a Muslim source. Let's have a look. I can't remember if we talked about this. Split the moon. Watch this, because I think that actually talks about the. Hold on, where is it? What's a shorter video? Okay, we'll watch that one. Watch this one.
What's the oldest source you have telling you the moon split? The written source.
Can you see my screen? Yeah. Can you all see my screen? Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Just saw some.
I will tell you where you get it from. The first person that we have whose writing survives. If there were others, we don't have their writings. Ibn Ishaq would mention the moon split, but there's a problem. The Sirah of Ibn Ishaq, Sirat Rasulullah, we don't have any copies of it. What we have is Ibn Hisham. Ibn Hisham, now Ibn Ishaq wrote around 750 AD, if that dating is right. See, this is all assuming the later Muslim sources, your sources that were written 200 years after when Muhammad supposedly died, they're accurate. So let's assume they're accurate. Supposedly, Ibn Ishaq wrote his seerah, his biography of Muhammad, around 750 AD. But then, in the 9th century, around 830 AD, notice this is supposedly 200 years after your prophet died, Ibn Hisham took Ibn Ishaq's seerah and he edited it. He removed stuff he didn't like. He removed stuff that made Muhammad look bad, and he removed what he thought was weak stuff. So the oldest source we have is nearly 200 years after your prophet died, that the moon was split during the time of your prophet in Mecca. So now, what source do you have? Because supposedly Muhammad claimed to be a prophet around the year 610 AD, and he remained in Mecca for 13 years. So we go 610, 623. What written source do you have from around that time, okay, that says the moon was split?
I thought that there was one Muslims who have been showing it left, right, and center.
Yeah, you got it. So you're basing your entire life, and afterlife, akhirah, on sources that are so unreliable, full of contradictions, and written hundreds of years after your prophet supposedly lived. And you're willing to gamble your life? If you die today, my friend, right now, you die today. You're basing your akhirah, the afterlife, on these sources that are so embarrassing. You're embarrassed. You even said you read stuff you wish it wasn't there. And you don't know. You may die today. I may die today. It's not a joke.
Then how do Muslims explain the moon verse?
What moon verse? That moon verse is a sign. What sign? Is it the sign of what Muhammad did or a sign of the end? Finish the entire chapter, man.
Oh, so it's a sign of the end?
That's what many Muslim scholars say. I don't believe anything in the Quran, so it doesn't matter to me. But how do you know chapter 54:1 is talking about the splitting of the moon? How do you know that some Muslims saw that ayah and created a miracle to go with that ayah?
Yeah, because there are hadiths. That's why I think people say...
I know. The hadiths were written when? In the time of Muhammad? So let me ask you the question again. The hadith that says that he split the moon with his finger, like a sword. He did his finger. Shit, man, that's one powerful finger. Same finger where water came out of from his fingers. Okay, let's go to that hadith. How do you know those hadiths that were written to say Muhammad split the moon were not made up to explain chapter 54 verse 1? In other words, they saw in 54 verse 1 it says the moon was split, so they made up a story to make it like Muhammad split it. How do you know? What proof do you have that's not a made up story?
Yeah, if I had any historical proof, then it would have been much stronger.
That's what I'm trying to say. How come the world at that time, we don't have any catalog of the moon splitting at that time? Well, according to Farida, because a lot of people were sleeping.
That's what he said?
Yeah. One of the video responses to Apostate Prophet, when Apostate Prophet was making fun of the moon split, his response is, well, come on. At that time was night. How many people do you think would still be awake?
Why, did you try to talk with him to talk?
He won't debate. He says he doesn't debate us. Just like Ibn Slab won't debate online. But forget him now. Can you stop with the prophecies? They prove nothing. Your prophet is a false prophet. Because even
I'm Wahid, you know.
Okay, what does Wahid mean? What is Wahid? He's one what?
One means everything one, that's it.
So you mean he only has one attribute? He doesn't have multiple attributes? Sifat?
No, not about that.
Okay, hold on. There's also another one.
We all know who the first person on the moon was, right? No, not Neil Armstrong. I mean 1,400 years before that. Muhammad. He didn't just walk on it, he split it in two. Okay, before we get into this, I want to set something straight. Even though many refer to this as Muhammad splitting the moon, the actual belief is that Allah split the moon for Muhammad, which is pretty much the only miracle that Muhammad ever performed, but weirdly not seen by any other people except Muslims. Muhammad doesn't have any special powers in Islam, Allah has. Muhammad is just a prophet who needs to have enough sex and power, as Allah points out in the Quran way too often. According to Islam, the moon was split in Muhammad's time as a miracle that would verify the authenticity of Muhammad's message. It failed horribly, unless you are someone who doesn't like research and rationality. In the Quran, the event is mentioned very briefly. It says, "The hour has come near, and the moon has split." And from there it starts doing what the Quran does on every page, attacking those who don't believe in it. Looking at the Quran, there is actually not much to make of this story, because the Quran doesn't tell much. The story that Muslims believe in becomes much clearer if you read the Hadith, because that's what they believe in. As always, remember that Hadith are an essential part of Sunni Islam, and rejecting them if they are authentic is apostasy. Now, the Quran verse, as said, is very vague about the splitting of the moon. That's why people look at the Hadith. Anyway, according to the Hadith, the moon was split in two in Muhammad's time. Some Hadiths say that it just happened and Muhammad said, "Bear witness." Some say that it happened when the people of Mecca asked for a miracle. And other hadiths even describe that the moon was seen as two pieces in the sky. And some say that one part of the moon even went away to a mountain, and you could see the mountain between two parts of the moon. Looking at these hadith, we can clearly see that in Islamic sources, the event is described as the moon physically splitting in two and moving through the sky. An event that must have been visible in a huge region on Earth, right? So I just want to look at this. I don't really know what time of the day it was and what season it was, whatever. But considering that it was early at night, the moon would have been visible in these areas. Or late at night towards the morning in these areas. You would expect that the Persians and the Romans, in this time the Byzantines, would document such a miracle, because both of them, especially the Romans, kept records strictly of pretty much everything. So, since the moon was split and could be seen by so many people around the world, let's look at all the witness records now. Yeah, there are none. Only words of some Muslims in Arabia. Some Muslims claim that there is actually an Indian witness and that the witness traveled to Arabia and converted to Islam. But it is, as you can guess, completely fabricated because it is completely baseless, has no evidence whatsoever. But if you believe in Islam, claims that some unimportant people in the desert make are enough as evidence. Because this story is so weak in itself, some Muslims, especially nowadays, make up completely different theories, like the moon splitting in two didn't actually happen, but it will happen in the future, towards the end of times, as a miracle. It's always great to put miracles in the end times, because that's so believable. Others, who claim to be very rational, try to explain this as a lunar eclipse in Muhammad's time. Fun fact is that a lunar eclipse actually happened in Muhammad's time, but a lunar eclipse looks nothing like the moon being split in two and sending its parts in different directions, because that's what the hadiths say. Otherwise, you can deny accepting the hadith, which makes you a non-believer in Sunni Islam, and can take only the Quran verse. Sadly, the Quran verse also says that the moon was split. Of course, this miracle can't just end without mentioning some 21st century moderate stupidity. You might have seen already that many Muslims around the world on the internet pick this NASA picture and show this as evidence that the moon splitting miracle was real. Others even go as far as to say that NASA confirmed the miracle. Of course, the opposite happened. In 2010, NASA scientist Brad Bailey said no current scientific evidence reports that the moon was split in two or more parts and then reassembled at any point in the past. He also added that you shouldn't just believe everything you read on the internet. Of course, that didn't stop the Islamic world from using this image as proof for the miracle. Even if this was actually real, there is still absolutely no proof. Muslims who always want to point at different meanings, proof from the Quran, proof for science, and so on, of course ignore evidences in this case and think this is totally real. This is a rift line on the moon, which is 300 kilometers long. Muslims explain that this happened because the moon was split. Even though if the moon had been split at some point, there wouldn't be a rift now. It would be broken and deformed. Or if this was a miracle, the moon would be back again in its complete unharmed form, without leaving any trace of the miracle. A rill like this forms due to changes on the ground level, like erosion or lava collapses, and other totally scientific reasons. The chance that this happened due to the splitting of the moon is 0%. And guess what? Such rills exist in high numbers in our sun system, and in high numbers on the moon. I bet they were all split by all the prophets. That's their biggest anticipation once they become prophets. They want to split the moon or other planets. I don't
So, do you want to continue watching this?
Oh, totally missed what happened on the chat, and
Yeah.
Go on, Dylan, watch the rest of his little Muslim videos. Watch
I'll watch the
begging
rest of
for
his
it,
Muslim
he's
videos.
begging
Oh,
for
okay.
it, go on.
I'm
Get
watching
ready
that.
for
Watch.
some
Portuguese writer Dorte Barbosa. He writes about a mighty king named Chirman Permal who ruled Kerala, converting to Islam, and ordered the Chirman Mosque, which is still standing in India. Even the Prime Minister of India made a gold replica of it to give a gift to the King of Saudi Arabia, showing the history of Islam in India.
So, we just proved that this magical Indian is where? Nowhere. And if you want me to refute all of this one by one,
to the King of Saudi,
that this nonsense that he talks about, we can do. So I just watched your video, and it's a whole load of nonsense. So again, I'll ask you, where is the historical evidence from the people at the time of the moon splitting? Or are you just going to yap? Again. I'm giving you last chance, bro. You literally gave it to me, and if I want to ignore it. Okay.
what about the evidence we gave to you?
Alice.
Yeah.
So that video that they just put from that little Imam guy, that Sheikh Uthman, who literally says it's okay to lie for Islam, and he uses this as oh yeah,
mosque.
This is
at the beginning he
King.
said that there could something about that there could be evidence. He phrased the sentence really in a really weird way.
Again, another claim without evidence. Yes, I know that's what you did. So where's the evidence?
My
So
dude,
you make a claim with no evidence.
You accuse us of something, yet you do the same thing.
Thank you. It's called in Islam. It's called double. It's a double standard, and in Islam it's okay because if you do it for Islam, yeah, because he's a liar. Because we just proved to you from the video that we just watched about 4 minutes before that literally disapproved his whole claim. So what are you talking about? So you know how many times Sheikh Uthman has been destroying all his points.
I also like to point out that if you prove, Willy Boy, if you claim that something is true, proving that it's true is like your part of the discussion.
He does say it's okay to lie for Islam. Do you want me to prove that to you too? Since I proved everything else to you. I've not lied to you once, not like you have. Sure.
Go on, you put another video in there, Mullen.
Well, he did. No, I did. Well, he did.
No, you put another one up there, didn't you? Yeah, he put 2 videos in. There was let me relink it here.
We'll watch it in a second.
Uthman a pathological liar, but this has caused some of us to wonder why Muslims would be exposing Sheikh Uthman for lying.
Hello?
Yeah, good boy.
Yeah.
Would you like me to explain the verses for you so you can understand?
No, I just mean that the Jews think that him being or not being a prophet will affect him dying from the poison. but
Okay,
I don't think
just so
their belief
that's
applies
clear,
to
good
me.
boy, mate. What the Jews say is irrelevant to the conversation. The in regards to when he would the Battle of Khaybar, that's context on how he was poisoned and how he died. The
Wait, good boy,
following
are you
Quran,
Hindu?
yeah,
He says Hindu. You're Hindu?
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Anyway, besides the point, then in the following Quran verse that I gave you, it said if Muhammad is lying about Allah, he will have his aorta cut. The following Sahih al-Bukhari 4428, I believe it was, he's complaining how his aorta is being cut. The aorta is a live vein very specific in his body by the poison from he ate from Khaybar. The initial conversation that I brought to you with the initial hadith is just context. It doesn't really matter what the Jews say at all, because Muhammad himself is telling you he's a false prophet. The Jews mean nothing. They're just the ones that poisoned him and made him tell you that he's a false prophet. The whole context afterwards is the Quran verse and the verse after that, which is 4428. He could have said specifically, oh, I feel pain in my guts, I feel pain in my kidneys, I feel pain in my throat, but he specifically said my aorta is being cut. I mean, if you look at what an aorta is, it is very clear and very hard to reach for it to be cut. You have to dig
Yeah,
around in
and
somebody.
why did you say exactly aorta? Why not?
He
Oh
could
yeah,
have said anything
my
else.
throat's hurting. Exactly. Why is it specifically talking about the aorta? Okay, but hold on.
Brother, I
Back
see
to
your point.
Willy Boy. Back to hold on. Back to Willy Boy quickly. What are you still waiting for?
I'm gonna go, guys. It was really nice talking to you, but
Oh,
I
you.
have to.
Yeah, thank you, Alice.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you for talking to us. Have a good evening, and God bless you.
Thank
Take care.
you too. I'm
God
gonna
bless.
be back for sure.
Thank you. Bye bye. Yes,
Have
yeah.
a fruitful
Of
Come
course.
back anytime.
Yes.
Come back anytime, please. We'd love to obviously
day,
have you. And
as soon as I can. Good
yes,
night.
yeah. Good night.
Bye
Take care.
Good night.
Night.
Okay. The evidence where you said
Yo,
it's okay.
so Imam,
Okay.
what you said does make sense, but don't you think after 1400 years this would be more mainstream?
I don't disagree with you, but it's
It,
literally their whole. This is their own Muslim sources telling you he's a false prophet. It's not me bringing up a Christian source. It's for a fact that him telling you himself he's a false prophet. Not every Muslim knows this.
No, I do
Because
see your point, but it's been 1400 years. Don't you think this would be more mainstream if it was true?
yes,
okay,
and it is mainstream to everyone, just not the Muslims, because the Muslims like love to make lie about and love to just literally what they call committing taqiyya, which is lying for their religion, and just disregard everything.
brother, if you want further context on Muhammad as a person, he claims he was possessed by a devil. He went into a cave where he met a demon. Not to mention, he also
A
tried to
devil?
kill himself. Well, a demon. He met a demon. He was claimed by a demon. He also tried to kill himself for 3 years. Does that seem like a prophet to you?
Wait, what verse is that?
We can show you verses and shit later. It doesn't make it. I can show you this, not a problem. But it is for a fact he claimed to be possessed. Well, he claims everyone's possessed by a demon, but him specifically, as well as he tried to kill himself for 3 years.
He tried to
Just
kill
because of
himself
that
for
fact.
what?
For 3 years, because he claimed he was possessed by a demon or a devil. Terms interchangeable, really, isn't it, really?
Oh,
There's a
wait, I'm
reason
gonna
why a
look.
lot of Christians, when they figure out, or a lot of Muslims, when they actually figure out more about Islam, they leave Islam. Islam's only a growing religion because they reproduce so heavily. I'm yapping. Willy boy, I've shown you plenty of evidence previously. I mean, not to mention Millen's shown boundless. If you want me to show further evidence on Muhammad trying to kill himself for 3 years
Oh,
because he could,
I've been
besides the point.
I've been showing you evidence for like the last 2 hours, and you're just not accepting it. What do you want me to do?
It's not the highest conversion rate, Habibi.
You think you?
And I swear Muslims also have the highest, leaving rate, don't they?
Yep, they
So,
do.
I mean, do you really care? I mean, you have the highest conversion rate, but I don't, well, if you That's your claim, which you've claimed.
Yo, I'm not able to. I'm
so
not
much
able
no
to
evidence.
find the verse where Muhammad tried to kill himself.
I can show you. It's not a problem. Yeah, plenty. But
Yeah.
just wait on, because this guy is just pure yapping. We've showed you evidence for the past hour of everything that we've claimed. I have no problem showing you further evidence. But if you're not here to actually have a conversation, you're here to argue on points you have no standing for. We tried to ask you for about an hour and a half now of you trying to show evidence of the moon, Muhammad splitting the moon. You said
You've not shown any evidence.
All you've done is commit taqiyya, lie about your religion, and try and ask for show us videos of someone's a known liar for Islam. You've done nothing but lie. I can give you evidence for everything I've claimed. I can give you evidence of everything that we've discussed. My initial conversation is how women have, what rights the women have in Islam. You can't show me any. I can show you lots of evidence of them being less than fucking human. You want evidence on what taqiyya is? Lying for Islam? Do you want me to show you evidence on Muhammad doing it himself? I mean, okay, go on, Millen, you got this.
Wait, what am I showing them?
He wants to know what taqiyya is, and then I can show him evidence of him committing himself.
Nathan, just show him evidence. Taqiyya is lying for Islam. Like, just literally Google what is taqiyya. T-A-Q-Q-I-Y-Y-A. I'm pretty sure.
What is taqiyya in Islam? I mean, near enough every fucking Muslim person confirms that taqiyya is a thing. I don't know why you're currently having an issue with it. Every Muslim scholar, like, every claim that you've made tonight, you've not brought any evidence except, oh, trust me, bro. It fucking makes sense, doesn't it? And then you sat here calling us liars when we've shown you boundless evidence. Your claims make no fucking sense.
Yeah, and you've made another claim that Islam's like the fastest growing religion and no one leaves Islam. Here's another evidence about people leaving Islam. So, yeah, I've been making claims. I've been backing up my claims. I've backed up the claims of the Bible, of everything in the Bible and all the evidence that we have. You can't say I haven't because we've got this on the stream. So you're committing taqiyya now. Well, what's my claim for taqiyya? You've been committing taqiyya. You are committing taqiyya. Look, and I've shown you. You made another claim that Islam is the fastest growing religion. I'm showing you how your religion's dying. Your religion's dying. I'm showing it to you. I proved. I gave you more evidence. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to dance on my head? Is that like what?
How does
Alright, to be fair, you Willy boy, you've done nothing all night. All you've done is just made stupid claims and literally zero evidence. Oh, now Muslims, Islam's the highest growing religion. It's very clearly not.
Islam is only growing due to Muslim families having loads of children. That's it. It's not growing for any other reason.
You want a video of Mohammed Hijab showing you that taqiyya is okay since you brought that video up? Oh, fucking idiot, man. Fucking hell, what an absolute idiot, dude.
Saying taqiyya is okay. What does that mean?
Huh? Taqiyya? What does taqiyya mean? Taqiyya means lying.
No. He's saying the sheikh said taqiyya is okay. What does that mean?
Yeah, so one of the Muslim apologists says it's okay to commit taqiyya. So one of the Muslim apologists says it's okay to lie for Islam as long as you're doing it to basically get people to Islam. So what kind of religion is that says it's okay to lie for it as long as you're doing it for this? Okay, say no more. Show the evidence.
Yeah, that's not correct. That's what it's wrong.
What's not correct? Sorry.
Lying to get people into your religion.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's all Muslims do.
Oh, he's asking for evidence that people lied to get people into Islam.
I am. I'm getting it.
On the side note, I recently found out that you must know that Jesus is called Isa in the Quran in Arabic, I think. Yeah. And Lord Shiva is one of Lord Shiva's names is Isa.
One of who? Sorry.
one of Lord Shiva's names in Hinduism is Isa.
Yeah, I know that is. I know that Hindus also like they talk about Jesus, don't they? Is that right? I'm pretty sure I've heard something. It's either no, it's either Hinduism or no. I might be talking about Buddhism here. I'm not too sure. Is that
Yeah,
right?
both of them don't talk about Jesus in any way. I don't think so.
I don't know. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'm probably talking about not Hinduism. Probably talking about what Buddhism. Buddhism. Sorry.
Buddhism or Buddhism?
Bu Buddhism.
Buddhism. Buddhism.
Yeah, Buddhism. That's the one. That's the one. Thank you.
I don't think it talks about Jesus Christ.
It does. It says that Jesus was a Buddha. Was
What?
Jesus? Yeah, I'll show you. Buddha according to Buddhism.
So what do you think the word Buddha means?
So the word Buddha is like the highest one, right? It means like basically
No,
for
no,
them
no,
it's
no.
like
It means the enlightened one. It means
yeah,
the
the
one who has
enlightenment. There you go.
spiritual
Yeah.
knowledge.
Look, can you see? Let me know if you can see my screen.
You can lie to your spouse. You can lie to your spouse. White lies? Black.
Wait, which one? Is this one? What do Buddhists consider Jesus a Buddha? Some high level what?
Analogies between Jesus and Buddhism for when Dalai Lama, you know who Dalai Lama is?
Yeah, the Tibetan Buddhist leader.
Yeah, stated that Jesus Christ also lived previous lives and added so you see he reached a high state either as Bodhisattva or an enlightened person.
Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva.
Huh?
Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
so
this is
so
just bullshit. This is bullshit.
is it?
Yeah, it's just bullshit. There is no mention of Jesus in any of the early Buddhist texts, and they just make this shit up because they want to have some relevance.
But I'm looking at Buddhism. Is Jesus considered a
No,
Buddha?
like by the definition of the word Buddha, it means the enlightened one. So Jesus did have spiritual knowledge. So
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah, I'm not too versed in actual Buddhism or I just know
yeah,
that I heard it, so I'm just showing you of what I heard.
yeah. You know what? You want to know something? The exact way that Muslims say that Jesus was a Muslim, they say that because in Arabic, Muslim means someone who has submitted their will to God, and in
Yeah,
it also means a follower of Islam. They point that out as if they are the same thing.
yeah.
So Buddha means the enlightened one, but Buddha also means the religious figure Buddha. So Jesus and Buddha are not the same.
Yeah. No, that's fine. You know better than me on this, on that topic, right? I'm more into I debate more Muslims and Jews. So when it comes to like Buddhism and Hinduism, I'm not very versed in these two topics. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, another
So
thing is that we have our god Vishnu. One of our gods is Vishnu, and he has 10 avatars. So throughout history, there have been mainly 10 avatars of him, and the last one, which is named Kalki, is about to come in the next few thousand years, maybe. I don't know the exact time, but the yug or the time period that is going on right now is called Kali Yuga. So he's supposed to appear during the Kali Yuga, and the birth details of him and the birth details of Prophet Muhammad match a lot. So he's said to be born on the 12th of the fortnight, and Prophet Muhammad is born during the 12th of, I think, the onset of spring or something like that. The
yeah,
mother and father's names match if you translate the meaning of the word. So Kalki's mother's name will be Sumati, and if translated, that means peaceful. And if you look at Prophet Muhammad's mother's name, it's also peaceful, but in Arabic. His father's name also matches, and I think the place of his birth, which is Sambhal, also matches. The meaning of the word matches. Like it is supposed to be the area of purification, while Medina, where he was born, is also the area of purification. I think there are a lot of
so
similarities for some reason.
y- yeah. So hold on. I so do you basically saying that Muhammad was one of the Hindu gods? Is that what you're saying? Sorry. I'm
No, no, I'm not saying that. Not at all.
okay. So what are you saying? Sorry. So you saying that it matches with. So you're basically saying that the Muslims copied from Hinduism. Is that what you're saying? Sorry.
No, I'm not making any accusations. I just said I read an article which referenced the text from the Kalki Puran, which is the book regarding the last avatar Kalki. Also, yeah, Kalki is the last avatar, and Prophet Muhammad is the last prophet. So they also reference that, if it was some similarity or something. I don't know if it's,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's copying anything, but I just said I read that online.
Well, which came first? Hinduism obviously came first, right? So, did the Islamic sources come after the Hinduism sources?
Hinduism predates 5000
Yeah.
BC, approximately.
Yeah. So it predates Islam to 5000 BC. And how long was this in the Hinduism sources compared to the Islamic source? Because obviously Islamic sources came in the 7th century. We know this. So when was this talked about in Hinduism? Because if this was talked, it's actually funny that you bring this up. Because if this was talked about in Hinduism, we know that Muslims copied from Talmudic Judaism. They copied from sects of Christianity, and they also copied stuff from Arab pagans, and I'm pretty sure they also copied stuff from around the Middle East and obviously towards India, because that's where back in the day all that Arabia was very high in trading, and we know that that's where Muhammad got a lot of the stuff for Islam from.
Yeah, of course. I also read a thing that Muhammad was trying to get people to fight for him, like in being in his military forces and stuff.
Yeah.
So he used to promise things to them that were considered rare at the time, like silk, or you can like there's not much people living in the desert can think of as royalty. Like either it would be sex, or it would be like virgins, it would be silk, it would be wine, so he just used to promise all those things to the people, and to get them to fight, that if they die then they get these things. I don't know how far that's true. I read this on a website. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually quite interesting. So yeah, I need to obviously look into that a bit to see. That's interesting that you bring it up. I want to know if that's something that the yeah, if that's something that Muslims copied from you guys. So
Wait, what did they copy from us exactly?
no, I want to do more research if that's something that they have copied from you.
No, the thing I just said, it's not related to Hinduism. I just said that. Oh shit, you don't understand what I said?
No, so sorry, because I thought you were talking about obviously Muhammad when it talks about in your religion about Muhammad being the last prophet and where your last prophet would be born, etc., and it matches with what
Yeah, just to clarify, I wasn't talking about our last prophet. It's not a prophet. It's the like it's a form of God. So an avatar is a form of God. It's not avatar as you see in English. It's avatar. It's a different word.
yeah.
That's not a prophet. That's a form of God, which he himself becomes to come down to the earth, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So Kalki is the last avatar as described in the Quran.
Okay, I see. It's
Yeah, and I read that it does bear some similarity to Prophet Muhammad. I don't know if it's exactly the same thing, or
yeah.
let me check when the Quran was written. Wait. Also, I didn't find any verse that says that Muhammad tried to kill himself or he was possessed. I don't think that's
No, that's
true.
fine. Okay, give me one moment. I'll bring it up. So, in regards
Yeah.
to
My dear and sisters Islam, to Dawah
right, pause it
Hardcore,
one
first
second.
episode
I'm
of
not here to listen to
Why
Dower,
Do
bruv.
We?
I'd rather shoot
A lot of
myself.
I know, but
So that's
this guy
shite of.
look. This guy talks about
Oh,
takia, bro. So here you go. Here's the takia bit for you. That Muslim guy. I'm tired of refuting your claims constantly. You've not provided any substantial evidence for any of the topics that we talked about. I provided you a mountain of evidence over and over and over again for the last hour and a half that you've been on the platform, and all you've done is just talk nonsense. And look, now you're reverting from the topic. Our topic was, show me evidence of Muhammad splitting the moon. Can you show me that evidence? You can't. You just make up some nonsense. I've shown you countless videos. So I'm giving you one last chance. Show me any historical manuscripts from people around the area about the moon being split in half. And I'm not even asking you to show me people all around the world. I'm asking you people in the area. I'm asking you the Christians that live in the area, the Judaism that live in the area, and you can't say, like you're the Muslim people, that will say, oh yeah, it was too dark, people were asleep, that's why they didn't see it. What kind of nonsense is that? That's literally the biggest nonsense in the world. The Romans that lived in the area at the time, they're known to document everything, every single thing. So if that was to happen, at least one source. I'm not talking about the Muslim source, because your nonsense hadiths that came 200 years after Muhammad, they mean nothing to me. Nor does your Quran mean nothing to me. So you have to show me substantial historical evidence, like I provided you substantial historical evidence of the stuff happening in the Bible. There you go. Oh, good boy, by the way. Imam Logic just posted. That's not evidence. What kind of... We refuted his evidence. We watched the video refuting his evidence. We watched the whole video on it. We watched the whole video of it. Oh my...
Wait, so in that verse, Muhammad is talking about Jesus and
Yeah. So
Mary.
So further context, those are more jokey verses, and Muhammad just saying everyone's claimed by Satan or some stupid shit that an illiterate muppet would say. And Muhammad having a demon in his nose, which I think is quite funny. But
You look up, you see the moon splitting in half.
I'll give you evidence of Muhammad being suicidal after being fucking molested in a cave. 1 minute. But again, the last verse is more of him saying every human apart from Jesus was touched by Satan with his 2 fingers. So
yeah, look, here you go. Look, there you go. Look. Here you go. About him being suicidal and his suicidal attempts. All this.
Yeah, Millen helping a brother out. I was literally about to pull out.
There you go, bro. Like, we actually provide all the evidence to these Muslims. They just don't want to accept it, and then they just refute evidence with some nonsense, and we show them that it's nonsense. I literally showed them the video, but they don't want to see it because it refutes their entire belief. Like, you talked about some magical king of India. No one knows about this king of India, bro. This guy is just talking nonsense. That's like me saying, oh yeah, this guy saw me fly. He converted to Millenism. He now follows me. But don't worry, he went to Africa now, so don't worry. That's like such a... What, bro?
For 1 second, I was genuinely questioning myself, what is Millenism?
Millen is my name. And I'm talking about Millenism as a new religion for me, because I said that I can fly, right? People, don't worry, this guy saw it. This guy called... Let's call him David, right? He saw it. He came all the way from India because he saw me fly, right? And now he's following me. But don't worry.
He asked you to tell him where the evidence is that Muhammad was molested in a cave.
Huh?
If he wants evidence of him being compressed in a cave and literally being molested, not physically, sexually molested, but physically molested. But here we are. I mean, if he really wants more evidence of him being molested, I don't mind providing it. Fuck me. It's like we've not lied once, and here we are. Fuck me.
We're constantly showing evidence. Look, you should see how many tabs I have open. Look, hold on. Check my tabs. Check my tabs. Check my tabs. This is how long we've been doing this for, right? Look at my tabs. This is for all the Muslim evidence that we refuted. Can you see all my tabs at the top? That's for all the Muslim evidence that we refuted so far. All the Muslim evidence.
We're
May
making
Allah save his PC.
All of this.
Habibi, we have made so many claims each time I've shown you evidence. When you made that initial claim with Mr. Muhammad Hijab, who's a known fucking liar, I've shown you evidence of him lying and saying it's okay. We've now shown you evidence of Taqiyya. If you really want me to go on and destroy your religion even further and show you how he was molested in a cave, I have no problem doing it. I've also shown you evidence of how Muhammad called himself a false prophet. You haven't said anything about that, Habibi. No, it's okay. It's okay. But here we are. Good times.
No, hijab can lie in front of a few lesser educated people on this topic,
Yeah.
but he can't just lie in front of people who like have the facts in front of them. He can't just lie about something that's written.
Yep.
It's not even a fact. I mean, Muhammad Hijab's a known liar. I've shown him evidence of him saying it's okay to lie. Then we've shown him Taqiyya and what Taqiyya is about. And they're saying, oh, it's a Shia source. Shias are still Muslims. Just because you don't believe they're not Muslims doesn't make the fact they're not Muslim. They are Muslims. Oh, Habibi, watch out, man. Habibi, Shias are Muslims.
Are you saying that Shias aren't Muslims?
Believe it or not, Shias are Muslims. Just because your personal beliefs mean that they say that they're not Muslims doesn't change the fact that they are Muslims.
Yeah, there you go. So when we talk about Muhammad being molested in the cave, we talk about him being squeezed in the cave. We just say molested because it's just funny.
It's funny.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Here's evidence of him being squeezed in the cave by supposed Allah that he at the start thought was a devil.
Your entire religion is a fucking joke.
Willie Boy just explained to you, when we say molested, we're using a play of words. Do you know what play of words means? It means we're taking the piss out your religion, because you can't back up your religion, so we're making fun of it. When we say being molested, that's what we say, we're making fun of it. He was squeezed. He was squeezed by what he thought at the start was the devil, and then after, when he went back, was it one of his friends or his cousins? No, it's not called sugarcoating lying. I'm not lying. I literally proved it. I showing you the source. Good boy, can you see the source that I just provided? The guy doesn't want to read the source. Like, and I'm showing him from the Islamic source.
We're showing you physically Islamic sources of him being fucking molested, but here we are.
It's called Willy Boy. We're saying molested. We're making fun of the religion. We're not actually mean that he was physically molested by Allah.
I don't think Allah pulled down his pants and had his mate with him. You know what I mean?
We don't say he was molested. No. Oh my. Yeah. Hold on. Oh, if you're gonna lie, man, you're gonna lie. Hold on.
Watch out, Miller. It's okay. He's been committing to Kiev for the past. Oh, how long? Let me just double check.
I know.
Past 2 hours now. So it's okay. We're straight up liars, Habibi. We're straight up liars. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
So did you ask me a question? Good boy.
Like, here you go. Here you go. Yeah, we're not actually mean you pulled down his physical pants and started molesting. We're joking when we say that. We don't actually. Well, look, there you go. There's where you said he was visited in the cave.
So you already know this. So why are you bringing this up as a topic if you know the evidence and you know what's ongoing? You're arguing for the sake of arguing. Like you think like we don't know what we're talking about. We've shown you countless evidence. We understand our conversation, what we're discussing with you. Just because Muhammad didn't get his pants pulled down and fucking raped doesn't mean that he wasn't physically molested by being compressed, Habibi. But here we are.
Look. I'm showing you this. Look, where he says, look, he was physically. Look, Good boy. Can you see this? Can you see this? You claim, bro, you're using an exact word fallacy. Do you not understand what playing words with them means?
Listen. Yo. I have a guy in my DMs. He's named Jesus, and I asked him if he's like debating on religious topics or something. No, he just said he's named Jesus. He's not affiliated with Jesus.
Wait, what?
His name is Jesus. He's not religious.
Oh yeah, his name is like Jesus then basically. Yeah, it's spelled same as Jesus. Yeah, it's like most likely it's like Latin American then. They have name
Wait,
Jesus.
Jesus.
Jesus, yeah.
What the fuck is Jesus?
It's just a name, but it's spelled Jesus, and you say it as Jesus, but in their language, in like Spanish or whatever, I think, or Portuguese they speak, you say Jesus.
Oh, also Milen. Yeah, Milen.
Yeah.
We were talking about the Kalki Quran, which has some similarities to Prophet Muhammad, right?
The what? Sorry.
The thing we were talking about earlier in Hinduism.
Yeah. So you told me that something in Hinduism is matches to what the Muslims say, right?
Yeah, I just checked, and that piece of text, which is called the Kalki Quran, it is widely accepted to be written by Rishi. A Rishi is basically someone who has attained enlightenment through meditation and devotion to God.
Okay,
So
and
a Rishi
how
known
many
as
years
Ved
beforehand?
has written that. What?
And how many years before? How many like what century was this written in?
Yeah, I'm telling you that. So that person who's Ved he's widely accepted to have written the Kalki Quran. He is said to have lived around 3000 BC.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah. So I was right when I was saying that Muslims, because what the entirety premise of Islam is how it became together is Muhammad used to love like religions and he was fascinated by religions and he had Jewish friends, he had Christian friends, etc. And basically how the guy who ran from where? Willy boy, you yapping, yeah.
Wait,
And basically, their religion, Islam, how it came about, they copied a lot from Judaism, from sects of Judaism, from sects of Christianity, from paganism, like from sects of paganism, from wait, so hold on. So Willy boy, you're posting a video that's been cut up when I can show you a full video of that's exactly not what happens.
wait. So
We watched that
Muhammad
video.
was an wait, Muhammad was an illiterate person, so he didn't know how to read. He didn't know how to write.
Yeah, but
So
he was
how?
fascinated with religion.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you the premise that he can understand Arabic. He can understand English. Not even English. Probably Greek or I don't know, similar languages. Okay, but how can he understand a completely foreign language, which is Sanskrit? Sanskrit is our language, by the way.
Yeah, what? No, he didn't. He spoke Arabic.
No, for
Sorry,
him
what's up?
to interpret our books, which is, for example, the one I gave you, which is the Kalki Quran, it is
He
written
didn't.
in Sanskrit.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't.
He didn't.
No, he didn't. He didn't read them. He was
Yeah,
illiterate, like you said. He
yeah,
didn't understand languages. But it's called by word of mouth, by people that were traveling in the area at the time, and we know this from historical sources.
yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't that he read your books because he couldn't read. The guy was an idiot.
He was literally illiterate and he could barely formulate a sentence. But here we
Yeah,
are.
well, yeah, he couldn't. Yeah, when we talk about he copied from Judaism. Obviously, he didn't speak Hebrew, but he did he copied from Christianity. But he didn't speak. He spoke Arabic, and people that spoke Arabic and that traveled through merchant. There's merchant paths. Like he used to be with merchants, and we learned from his life that he traveled with merchants, and he was fascinated in religion. That's where he copied a lot of the stuff from different religions, and just made up his own thing to suit him.
Piss be up on his head, man. You can't forget if you got to say his name, you got to say piss be up on his head, man.
Yeah, police be upon him. Police be upon him. For marrying Aisha. Police be upon him.
You know what? She was blessed for not being able to get remarried and died a very sad and lonely life. But here we are. Oh, look at Mr. Willy Boy. He's fucking. Oh no, he just hit me with the Uno reverse card. We've shown nothing but evidence, Habibi. Maybe you should read it and do your own research and you'll come to the same conclusion that Muslims and Islam is nothing but falsehood. We've not made... I've started cursing for the sheer fact we've repeated ourselves 10 times. You can't understand a simple argument. They're going round in circles. Piss be upon Muhammad and his shitty toilet paper, which everyone wipes their arsehole with when they are done relieving themselves. Your argument makes zero sense. You have not once provided a single form, okay, a single form of evidence for anything you've stated. You have provided evidence from a Muhammad hijab who is a known liar and commits taqiyya regularly to try and get people to increase his Allah points for the next battle pass. Buddy, your entire religion means nothing. Average Christian.
Yeah,
No worries,
hold on. You said, right? You made a claim. Again, Muslim made a claim about Sam Shamoon running from that boy when the video that you posted is cut up, right? It's cut up, and it's absolute nonsense. So it's alright. That's right. Here, bro. Here. Like, why is Sheikh Uthman? Why is Sheikh Uthman not not joining the stream for Sam Shamoon? Why is he running from Sam Shamoon? Why is Sam Shamoon streams all the time? He invites Sheikh Uthman to debate with him all the time. Why does Sheikh Uthman never join? They live in the same time zone. Why does he calls Sheikh Uthman? He didn't run away.
He didn't run away. He literally came back when he found more time to speak with him because he was busy speaking to people. It's the same concept when you look at the other Christians that spoke to him. They waited their time. It's called showing respect. But here we are. Just because he came back a few minutes later and actually had a discussion with him, that means he ran, right? Makes sense.
And show me the full video instead of the cut up one. Show me the full video instead of the cut up one.
You know, at this point, bro, he's just making such stupid and nothing claims the entire time.
Yeah, hold on. I've got a video to show you. You say that Christians run from Sheikh Uthman. Yeah, here you go. Full video now. Full video to you about how the Sheikh Uthman runs. Full video for you, and I'm not giving you in parts to cut up to make someone look good. No. See, we don't commit taqiyya in our religion. I know that's what your religion's known for, but we don't do that. So don't tell me nonsense that someone's running, etc., when we know that's all bullshit. Why does your Sheikh Uthman not want to debate any of the Christians? Why? They always invite him. Yeah, the guy, look, and there you go. He said, how does he use deception? Here you go. Here's him using deception. Next time you ask me for evidence, I swear I will slap you. Because all I did is provide you evidence. You provided no evidence to me. You provided no evidence. You just yapped the whole way through. Yapped. And I'm still on the top. I'm still waiting for your evidence. I'm still waiting for your evidence, right? Of historical evidence. Yeah. So someone writes in on a piece of paper that they saw Muhammad split the moon in half. Show me the evidence.
Not to mention, I mean, it's getting to the point, but really, you've done nothing. You've added nothing to not even a single contribution to any conversation that we've had. You're about to be hit with a swift right hook, buddy.
He did. He just did. I just hit him with it for 1 week. 1 week. Yeah. Like he can look over. He can marinate. He can have a look at everything that I've sent him because the guy just talks a whole load of nonsense and I can't be bothered. But anyways, it's late for me. I gotta get up for work early. So I'm gonna go sleep. Good boy, it was nice talking to you. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, man. Same to you.
We do this pretty much near enough every day. So I'll be here tomorrow. I'll be here Saturday. I'll be here Sunday. But Saturday we've got like a 2-hour, 3-hour discussion with this other Christian guy. But after that, you're more than welcome to come on and obviously we can talk about anything. So yeah, we'll be happy to have you on again, absolutely. But for me, it's 1 a.m. now, and I'm gonna be up for work for about 6. So I am gonna go to bed now.
Yeah, man. Have a nice day. Have a nice night. Whatever.
Thank you. You too, brother. Have a good one.
Yeah.
No worries. Take care, man. Thank you for your time, brother. God bless you.
Same to you. God bless you.